Welcome to Empirical Peapod.
Are you guys still in Yorkville?
Mm-hmm.
The same house, right?
Yeah.
With the awesome deck
Yeah.
and the pool.
New deck that
New deck?
Dave built.
Really? Oh, you know what? I saw videos of him
Yes.
building that.
Oh my gosh. God bless that man.
Bruh.
Oh.
When I was in high school, I worked a summer. And by summer, I mean one day helping our neighbor who did build decks
Yeah.
and digging the post holes.
Yep.
I was like, nah, this isn't for me. I'm like, there's a machine that does this.
He
I'm not going to
did.
sit here and
Yep.
dig these post holes.
Yep. They had an auger.
That's good. Yeah.
They did have an auger, but he really did it himself. Like, yeah. It's a massive deck, too.
Sometimes I wish I had pride. Like, where I just gave a shit about anything. But I'm like, you know what?
Don't you, though?
I don't, because I'm also like, I like to keep the economy going. So I like to give back and be like, oh, I'm going to hire somebody to do this.
Sure.
Because I'm not like you guys where I want America to tank.
Oh. I think it was lack of funds, actually. It was a financial thing.
So you guys are already a burden on the economy. I get it.
I don't know about a burden. I think we take care of our shit. We're not in debt.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like that's impossible this
Besides
day
our
and age.
house. So I guess.
I hesitate to
consider
count that.
Yeah.
Even a car payment, like those are kind
No car
of,
payment.
it feels good, right?
It feels fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
Phenomenal. I mean,
Yeah.
that's been a lot of hard work too. So,
I'll bet.
fuck. Yes.
Making money is stupid.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
It's an energy exchange.
Yeah, I've done a lot of work over the last year, particularly with that monetary energy.
Okay.
It's wild. Right?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yep.
Like I read this book too, like money's not the problem, you are. And it talks about that. Are you
Sure.
familiar?
I've not read the book, but I'm familiar. Like, I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a whole like mindset thing, which I think is wild where you keep running yourself into the wall and getting nowhere.
Sure.
'Cause you're not changing your
habits.
perspective and your
Yeah.
habits in your mind.
Oof.
Yeah, but we'll get there. So today we're here with Jess Stewart.
Stewart.
Did
Yeah.
you ever change your name?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, just
I mean, legally I did, but
it's on your license.
it's Johanna.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just feel good.
Yeah. Feels really good. I love it.
You don't miss being Jess Stewart?
No, no, I don't miss it, but I'm still like that person, you know?
Oh, so you feel like you're being pulled in two directions?
No. Oh God, no. No.
Am I reaching already?
Yeah, no. No. In fact, for a Christmas gift, I got a Funko Pop made that says Jess Stewart on it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
By my husband. Like, he's still he still
good.
put that there. So yeah.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember? Did you start? Have you always lived in and around Oswego?
I moved to Oswego in December of '94. So I started.
That's crazy because I moved in '94. I came
Okay.
to Oswego.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, the end of '94 from Lyle. So I
Wow,
came
really?
so we came from Lyle.
Were you in Lyle your whole before that?
No, I was in Lyle from like second grade. So I don't know what year that was, but
Yeah,
second grade until seventh grade. And then before that, it was Naperville. I lived a couple of years with my grandparents because my
Where
parents
in
were
Naperville?
divorced. What's that?
Where in Naperville?
Right outside, like close to downtown, Saybrook.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I also lived in Naperville before Oswego.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, how did we not know this?
Because we've actually been friends for a long time, but I don't think we've ever sat down and had. Like, it's a tough because I wouldn't necessarily, especially back in the day, I wouldn't consider us like casual or party friends.
Sure.
Like, we were friends.
Sure, we were friends.
But I don't think we've ever actually sat down and had like a real like deep conversation.
Tell me about,
Yeah,
yeah.
tell
Like,
me about
tell
your
me
life.
about life.
It's
yeah.
always been about whatever bullshit we're doing at
Sure,
the time.
sure.
We're very arrogant.
That's funny because that's a pet peeve of mine.
What, arrogance?
Yes.
Or being told you're something.
Arrogance.
Yeah. That's funny to me that one of your pet peeves is arrogance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I arrogant? Ooh.
We'll peel back those layers as we
Yeah,
go.
all right.
But Lyle, Naperville, because
Yep.
you're just what year? Are you an 82 maybe or 81?
82.
Yeah.
82.
So you're barely older.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you are a grade older.
Yep.
That's not too bad then. So you came in. Oh, that's tough though, because when I came in '94, I was coming into junior high, so like kind of a lot of people were kind of transitioning into sixth grade.
Definitely.
But you came in seventh, where a lot of stuff's already established.
Yes.
Do you
In the
remember?
middle of 7th grade.
Yeah, even harder.
Yeah.
I did that when we moved to Naperville. I was in the middle of third grade.
Oof. Okay.
And it was like the same thing where like they went on Christmas break and came back and some new dickhead is in the school.
Yep. Pretty much.
Yeah. Do you remember that transition though? Like, is that, because that can be tough.
Oh God. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I was terrified.
Yeah.
I was very upset we were leaving Lyle. But I
In
mean,
retrospect, you're like,
oh my
Lyle's
gosh.
not great.
I know. In fact, I'm so grateful that my parents moved to Oswego, or my mom and my stepdad moved to Oswego, because I kind of was with this group of mean girls, and I was acting in a way that I kind of cringe now.
Do you recognize that then, or do you see that in retrospect?
Oh, retrospect.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like back then, you're just who you
Sure.
are.
Totally.
And
Yeah.
hopefully you evolve enough later to be like, ugh.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. There's a couple of things that I'm like, oh, that was terrible. I was so mean. So mean. Yeah.
That's also funny to me. I would love to see you be mean to somebody.
Not anymore.
I was probably in there somewhere, right?
I don't love it.
You got to have a line though, right?
Sure. Of course,
Yeah.
everybody does.
Do you think that you become mean or just like more momish where you're like, that's not appropriate?
Ooh. I think more, well, it's how you feel after something, right?
Yeah.
And like,
Well, do you have
I
the
don't know.
fuck you line or the please don't do that line?
Please don't do that line up until.
So there's two lines.
Yeah.
Yeah. This
There's
was your
a
warning.
midline and then
Yeah.
there's a ceiling, right?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was tough moving the middle of 7th grade, right? When you're already going through so
Right.
much.
Yeah.
You're
changing
figuring out
so
who
much.
you are. Yes, you're just changing as a person so much and figuring out who you are. And then you get kind of this script flipped on you and
Yeah.
have to start all over. And
It's a
I pretty
lot.
much start at the bottom.
It always
like,
what weirds me out when people are like, why are all these teenagers depressed? I'm like, look at what you don't understand what they're going through first.
Right.
And then look at how you're shaking up their lives
Oh my
without even
gosh.
like not even intentionally or even in a negative way per se, but
Mm-hmm.
it's still change in general. Like change is not good or bad. It just is.
Yeah, it is. And
But
then
how are
it's
you
how
reacting
you react.
to it? Yeah, exactly.
Totally. Yeah.
And they don't have, and kids like that don't have the tools to differentiate.
Right. That's
They just
where
feel
it's
intensely,
our job.
and they're projecting it wherever they can.
Yeah.
It is well. It's not my job. I
No.
made sure not to have any.
Yeah. It's not your job. It's the parents'
Although
job.
I guess I'm telling myself lies anyway because I've worked with kids in that age group a
Okay,
lot.
sure.
So and if even as the life coach, I would love to talk to kids that age, just because I feel like a lot of adults grow up and forget
Yes.
what it's like, or there's that stereotypical like, oh, the kids today are so different. Like they're not. They're not.
They're not.
Don't stop being mean to the kids.
Yes, and also, like, do you not remember, like,
People, it's insane to me how they can grow up and just not connect to that part of their life anymore.
Sure.
Which I feel like is probably speaks volumes to their experiences growing up and kind of being like, you there's two choices, right? You either become what you disliked,
Sure.
Or
and just what you know.
You go the opposite direction. You're like, I definitely don't want anybody else to feel that
Yeah.
way.
Oh my gosh,
And
yeah.
you kind of go that opposite way.
Same thing with parenting.
Like, I got to think. But now, that's interesting because did you have any kind of... I mean, everybody's got their traumas and their things that they
Sure.
deal with. And those are... We're not here to play, like, comparison.
Yeah.
But it's because everything that somebody goes through is detrimental to their experience.
Of course, that's their reality.
Like,
right?
when I hear other people's trauma, I'm like, holy shit, I wouldn't have made it through that.
Oh,
But
right?
then to them, they're like, it was just my life. Like, it just...
Yeah.
You know, did you have to deal with stuff that you remember being like emotionally crippling?
Sure. I mean,
Even
yeah.
a divorce, like you said, moving, like you said.
Parents went through divorce.
Yeah.
You know, there was a period of time where I didn't talk to my biological father. That was really hard to understand and like not see him, not
Yeah.
understand why.
Sure.
It was really
Was that on him or was that a mutual
that's
choice?
tough. So no, it wasn't really a mutual choice. I think he was kind of hindsight. Now, obviously, I'm still looking. I'm friggin' 43 now, and I'm still finding things out. And
Sure.
you know, like it was a specific birthday party. It was my 9th birthday party, and it was my dad's weekend, and my dad brought me back to my birthday party an hour late. My mom was pissed. Words were exchanged, and I didn't see him after that for 6 years.
Right. So him and your mom are mad at each other, so you suffered.
Sure. Yeah.
Do you remember having that question back then of being like, well, why don't I get to see him?
I don't remember that. It just
So like that's one of those things again, as you get older, you're like, well, what the hell did I do?
Well, yeah. And what the hell happened?
Yeah.
You know, like I didn't really understand.
But that's tough too, because I feel like kids that will manifest within yourself.
Sure.
And now that's going to affect every relationship with a man for the rest of your life.
1,000%.
So that's
1,000%.
Do you remember that stuff happening then? Or at least now you can connect those dots and be like,
Now I can
oh,
connect those
now
dots.
I see why I was
my
this way.
behavior. Yes, absolutely. Because when you're in it, you don't really realize it. And also when you're middle school and high school, you're not
Yeah.
reflecting on
You're trying
what
so
you're-
hard just to keep it together.
Totally.
Like,
Yeah, absolutely. I can't say that I was like, you know, I was raised in 80s and 90s. Like spanking was a thing.
Sure.
It didn't come from my parents, right? Like it came from my stepdad.
Yeah.
So that
Even
I
that
think
is tough.
was really
to
tough.
me. Like I grew up in an extremely abusive house, like, and it's weird because there's also a difference between discipline and abuse.
Sure.
Like
sure.
it's one thing to like your kids being ridiculous and you give them a little pat on the bottom or whatever.
Right.
It's different to be like throwing them down and kicking them in the stomach.
Sure. Yeah. And I don't, you know, again, I'm at a point too where like, I don't blame my parents. That's that thing too, where like, that's maybe how they were raised. And then they just continued that. And then when I had kids, I at first was like, you know, I know how to do this.
Yeah.
And then certain things like I would threaten, I'm gonna spank you on the butt.
Yeah.
And then it just didn't sound right. Like coming out of me, I was like, I don't.
Have you ever had to discipline your kids in that way?
Never.
'Cause I feel like-
never ever.
Again, even as somebody who's never had them or wanted them, just looking at them and be like, how could anybody ever hit you? Even when I'm around like teenagers that are like bad, I'm like,
Right.
how does this end and I'm going to punch you?
I'm so, like I'm just so full of love that I just feel like that needs to be pushed more into my kids then. Like if there's a behavior that, I don't know. Again, I've never had to physically, I just don't see how that helps.
It helps not raising assholes. Like,
Sure. Yeah, I'm not an asshole. Right? But like also, I don't know. I guess I was a kid also that just needed a hug.
yeah.
Right? Like
Sure.
in that kind of way. So I just feel like I was missing that aspect, maybe. Not that my parents didn't hug me.
Sure,
you know,
but
my
like,
mom
well,
hugged
even
me,
that,
but like,
you're very bubbly and affectionate, right?
yeah.
So, and I would be the flip side then of that, where like I don't like people in my space, and I don't like being touched. Like it's. I'm glad you can laugh at that.
But I just mean like,
Yeah.
I get it. That's like,
It's crazy how the things will show up as you grow up.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. I like that.
Show up as you grow
Show
up.
up as you grow up. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And it's the reaction and I don't know, the reflection you take on it.
Yeah.
You know.
Plus, it's sit here and talk like any of it matters, and I'm so aware. Look at how present I am. And like,
sure.
I just know the things. It's not like I'm fixed.
Right.
Maybe I can deal with them easier because I'm aware of them. I know what triggers are what and things like that.
Sure.
And things, but it's still like, what am I doing with that information?
Yeah. In a moment too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, are all of us taking a step back and not reacting right away and
Yeah.
right? Or are we emotionally reacting just right away
Yeah.
and then regretting something
I
that
think
we
it's,
say?
I think it depends on the situation. Like, cause I've been working, especially lately over the last month, really hard on, cause I've always overthinking and in my brain.
Yeah.
And over the last month, well, the witch told me I couldn't think anymore and I had to start doing.
The witch?
Yeah. Katie Leeser's the witch. And I make all my decisions based on
Love
the witch.
it.
But I'm like, consciously over the last month, anytime I feel myself being pulled of like that, just sitting there dwelling,
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I
No,
can't
no.
sit here and dwell. I have to do something.
Yeah.
So I've just been trying to do as much as possible, whatever that looks like, and there's not
See,
a
so
set
it does
thing.
make a difference when you're aware of it, right?
Yeah, yeah. Or I'm just following directions. Yeah, but I think it's true in most things. Like I've been called sharp, and I have a tendency to kind of just say things, because I know my intention is never to hurt anybody, but I also say things the way I say them, and luckily I'm usually around people that are like, don't take what I say offensively.
Sure.
So I spit it out there, and then I'm like, all right, well, let's wade through what I just said,
Yeah.
and find out what I meant versus
Sure.
how stupid I just said it.
Saying it may be matter of fact.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll happen in this conversation. I'll say something, and you'll be like, I feel like somebody just stabbed you in the heart.
Sure. Sure.
But so you get to Oswego. Did you go to Thompson?
I did.
So
Went
did
to
you
Thompson.
move to Boulder Hill?
No, I moved to Victoria Meadows.
Oh, fancy.
I had air quotes there.
Why are the air quotes?
Well,
Was
because
it not called Victoria
it
Meadows?
was called Victoria Meadows, but it was right next to Millrace Creek, and Millrace Creek had this like really nice sign with the waterfall,
Oh, yeah.
and then Victoria
Right.
Meadows had this like crappy ass
Some
like little
handwritten
shit
sign.
sign. Yeah, in fact, nobody knew it was called Victoria Meadows. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, my mom and my stepdad had a house built, so I was in like the newer subdivision, and yeah, started January of '95 at Thompson. So. And
Did you make friends real quick? Like, 'cause you said you were kind of, although you weren't necessarily aware of it, but kind of being in that group of mean girls and coming to Oswego, like, especially while it's expanding, there's a lot of different kind of people there because there's so many people moving at that time there.
Definitely
It
to
was
that area.
such a melting pot of craziness.
Definitely.
Yeah, so you could really, like, it was still, you weren't sure who you were going to be or what was going to happen. But did you make friends quick?
I did marry.
Yeah.
I will say my friend Mary and my friend Jess, gym class.
No, you're
they
Jess.
were introducing you. Well, it was 82. It was 1982. So every other girl
There's a
was
million
born
of them,
was
yeah.
was Jess. But I remember being introduced gym class, and they had all the girls lined up, and Mary shouts out, "Hey, girl, want to be in our squad?" And I've been friends with her ever since. Her and Jess. And in fact, last night I was just over at Adam's house.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And we've been friends since 7th grade, since I sat behind him in study hall and annoyingly drove my squeaked my marker across the paper constantly, and the things we remember.
Yeah. That's a long time, though. Like, one of the things I'm always impressed with, especially like because our group of friends has been a lot of them since kindergarten.
Sure.
And like
That's
as you
even
grow
more
up,
impressive.
you start seeing how not normal that is.
Definitely.
Like,
oh my gosh, yes.
it's now we're approaching our mid 40s, and
Yeah.
we are all still, the larger group might be in a little cliquish here and there, but it's
Sure.
still the larger group. Like, it's insane.
It's a big group.
It's a big group.
It's very impressive.
Yeah. I'm always shocked in a lot of ways, like how that doesn't exist outside of, like, you think it would be more common. And I think a lot of it has to do with, like, because it's not like we haven't been shitty to each other
Sure.
in various ways. It's
Sure.
just a matter of, like, for whatever reason, we're just like, there's a lot of grace.
Definitely.
And there's a lot of built-in forgiveness. Or even if it's not like, hey, I can't forgive you, but I'm not going to not talk to you.
Harbor on it.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think it speaks
Well,
volumes to the character of our friends.
Definitely. And what is at the root of it? Rather than, I mean, I don't know. Like, we're all going through our own shit.
Sure.
Like-
Well, I like that you said, is that the root of it? Because what is the root of it? Is it just a genuine love and appreciation of the people you've come up with?
I think so.
But does that have to be partnered with a certain level of grace and forgiveness, or at least understanding,
Sure. And understanding.
and being like, okay, we're all doing the best we can with what we're going through.
Definitely.
I'd rather have your back than do this alone.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Yeah. 1000%. I mean, there are people that, I mean, even you and I haven't talked for a while, right?
Yeah.
But like, I harbor no ill feelings towards anyone. Like again, we're all going through our own shit, and I'm just trying to do the best that I can for my family and who lives under my roof.
Yeah.
And I appreciate when someone can understand that and understand that life gets
Messy.
messy and like
Yeah.
not in the way necessarily, but yes, that is our main focus
Yeah.
because that's what's keeping my life happy and together.
Yeah. I think that's probably another big piece is the acceptance of where each person is in their
Sure.
journey.
Sure.
Of being like, everybody splinters off and gets married, and now they're focused on that. And then they have kids and they're focused on that.
Yep.
And, sometimes we can come together and like, oh, everybody brings their kids, everybody brings their spouse. Like maybe we don't want to hang out with your spouse. Maybe we hate your kids.
Right.
But we still but we still miss that person in general. Like, so it's cool when
Yeah.
everything can kind of come back together. And then also putting up with people that were like, you're annoying, but we still love you.
Again, the heart of it, right?
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, it was, it was tough. It's tough when you go through life changes, dramatic life changes, right? So obviously leads me to like when I had to tell my kids or my oldest that her dad and I weren't going to be together anymore. We weren't going to live together anymore.
# spoilers.
Yeah, right. That was obviously very traumatic for the two of us.
Yeah.
But
Was that traumatic for you?
yeah, I mean,
Telling her or living
gosh.
through it?
both. I mean, both. I
I'm
don't know
very-
about traumatic living through it for me, but
I'm a very weird person also because I always have to try to explain this delicately because it's not a dig on anybody involved.
Sure.
But divorce is always good news. And I know that that's weird
Sure.
to hear and
No,
weird
no,
to
no.
say, but something's not working. And
got it.
I'm a huge fan of people betting on themselves because I cannot stand, like, it's so easy to just be like, blame yourself or this will get better.
Absolutely.
Or if we do this, maybe it'll help. Like,
Sure.
and not just address the elephant in the room, right?
Yep.
I'm sure you went through it yourself.
Yeah, we
Where it's
did.
just like,
Yeah, absolutely.
like we talked before we got on, like, I'm sure you were checked out long before decisions were made.
Absolutely.
And that sucks because, like, how do you live your life? I mean, you do know because you lived through it.
Sure.
A lot of people do, but you put yourself on
A
autopilot.
lot of people do.
And you just kind of forget about your needs and wants.
Yep.
Especially if you have kids where you can focus on that. So you
Yep.
don't even have to think about your life,
Yeah,
your
of
wants,
course.
your needs.
Yep.
That sucks. But like, it's so easy to fall into that. So I'm always of the mind, like, divorce is good news.
Yeah. I think that, and I
It
think
can be
put
ugly
that
and
way, maybe
shitty.
that's why people are like, good news. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like, call it for what it is.
Well,
like,
even if it's only one side and the other person doesn't want the divorce, you don't want to be with somebody that doesn't want to be with
right,
you.
right, yeah.
Like you'll get there.
Exactly.
I'm sorry you're upset,
Yep.
but trust me, you'll get there.
Totally.
This is better
Oh my
for
God.
you.
And yeah, and I like very much admit it. Like, this was my initiation, like 100%. And I never faked that.
Stereotypical, I think men get into this mindset of
Comfort.
I'm sure a lot of women do. Not even just comfort, but like for some reason we equate divorce with failure,
Sure.
and that's weird to me. I've talked about this a few times on the show where for some reason as humans we expect certain things to be forever instead of letting them be what they are.
Yeah.
And relationships is one of them. We presume when we get into a relationship that it's bonded forever.
Forever.
Instead of just letting it be what it is, giving it space to grow,
Right.
evolve, and breathe,
Right.
we try to shove it in this little box
Force.
and make our partners wear a million hats. And then when they can't wear a certain hat, we're like, whoa, what the hell?
Right. Right.
Like, we never stood a chance in the first place. Like,
Sure.
some people can do it beautifully, and it works, and that's awesome.
Maybe it's working.
Also, yes. But
Right.
even that, it's not, we won't know.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I mean, we all have
That's the other
friends
thing
who-
too, is like, you don't know. You don't really
Yeah.
know what's going on in someone's household, someone's.
Yeah. Well, it's frustrating even to be the person that your friend will vent to and then keep going back to the same shitty situation.
Sure.
And you're like, bruh,
Yeah.
like, can you just, that's why I get excited where somebody's like, oh, I finally am out of that. Like, and that doesn't mean it had to be a negative or abusive situation. It's just not working for whatever reason.
That's what made it really hard,
Yeah.
was that it wasn't abusive situation. I mean, it was none of that.
What was the catalyst then?
It's just a connection.
Yeah.
Like, there was just that connection piece that I felt was missing.
Yeah. Well, people, again, like we just said, this is, I think, harder for people to admit, but you evolve as a person and you evolve as a couple, and those often can go in different directions.
Definitely.
So, like, it's easy. You could be married to somebody for 30 years and then wake up and just be like,
Yeah.
I'm not that person anymore.
Gosh, we were married for 14.
Wow, is that true?
Yeah, I know.
I'm upset at how old we're getting.
But that's the thing too. We met at we met at a young age and just fired into it right away. And I'll be honest, like, I always wanted to be a mom.
Sure.
Always wanted to have kids.
Yeah.
Like, I remember being in high school and thinking I was more excited about having kids than like getting married.
Yeah.
And, like, there's some women that dream about their wedding and all that kind of stuff. And I was just so excited to be a mom.
Yeah, I think it's more common than I think. My friend Dave is like that. Like, he was married and that didn't work out, but he had his daughter and a stepdaughter, and he still is. Obviously he's involved with his daughter, but also the stepdaughter is like his as well. Like, he's like, I really just wanted kids. And I'm like, that's good on you.
That's really what I wanted.
Yeah, like,
Yeah. I mean, I love being a mom.
yeah,
Yes. 1000%.
yeah.
I mean, it's hard.
Is it?
It's very hard,
Yeah,
but also so rewarding. So rewarding.
yeah.
I
You
mean-
hate having like free time and being able to do what you want. Is that it?
I will say,
It's like in high school, you're like, you know what I need is
Sure.
to wait on somebody else for the rest of my life.
Right, exactly. Yep. There's somebody I need to take care of for the rest of my life. I can't wait for that. No, I mean, I'm a mom, like,
Sure.
at
Well, even when we were
heart.
younger, you're that maternal character of taking care of everybody. Like, every friends group
Aw.
has that maternal
I'm the
character
mom.
that everybody like leans on, but secretly can't stand.
Oh shit! Y'all can't stand me, but I keep feeding you with like cookies and
Yeah.
good food, right?
No, you don't have. I don't think you don't have the negative quality, but like some moms take it too far, where you're like, we're just friends. Can you stop mothering me?
No, it's more of a, if you come to my house,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask if you're hungry, if I can make you
You'd
something.
be a great
like,
old Italian grandma.
oh my god, I was just gonna say I'm gonna be the best fucking grandma
Yeah.
like ever.
Yeah. That'll be nice when the people come in. Oh, you look so skinny. Let's give you some food.
Right. Let me make you some cookies. I'm like in this bread thing right now. I'm making sourdough bread.
Nice.
Of course.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's cool, though.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just a mothering thing
Yeah.
for me. I love taking care of people.
Does it? Well, I'm sure it's validation, right?
I don't know if I've ever really thought about it that way.
I'm sure you probably haven't thought about it.
Yeah, I've not thought about it that way.
But like we already mentioned before of like needing that hug.
Mm-hmm.
And
yes. And being
a lot of people have
pleaser.
kids because that stereotypically that love is built in. At least you hope. Like it'll evolve and it'll change throughout your relationship and how you deal with your kids, whatever. But at least in that initial, X amount of years, you presume that you have a basically built-in companion and whatever, and they're gonna love you because they're gonna depend on you.
Yeah,
so that becomes the validation piece.
Sure.
Of like, oh, I'll take care of you.
Yep.
And you're gonna love me.
I don't know. I mean, sure. Initially, maybe that's unconsciously,
subconsciously.
Yeah, subconsciously.
That doesn't mean it's a negative thing either. But one of the things I find fascinating about that idea is unconditional love, because it's not, it's tricky and it's really, really hard to find, and it's rare. And we write it off as something that we think exists, but that's not unconditional love. What I just said. Right. That is conditional love. Like, you're going to love me because
I, sure.
And unfortunately parents fall into that a lot. Like even as simple as like, hey, be good, kids that love their parents are good. Like, good luck with the emotional trauma you just inflicted on this kid. They are never going to be functional. But you can't help it. Like, as a parent, you don't know until you've crossed the line, right?
Yes.
And then you have to backtrack and be like, shit.
Sure.
And I know I'm sure there's been moments that the words are already out of your mouth and you're like, that wasn't right.
Yeah, or they take it a different way. I've definitely told my kids, like, I love you no matter what. And then I'll name off, like, even if you make a bad choice, even if you make a good choice, even if we'll go back and forth, and like, I love you no matter what. And also it's not up to you to make me happy. Right.
Well, now, and that's critical. And that now we're talking about unconditional love. But it changes though too, because who knows what choices they're going to make.
Sure.
But even that, I'll have opinions about what you do. But it's still, you're going to be somebody that I'm going to love and root for forever. Yeah. But I feel like that's different, and it's easier, quote unquote, easier with a child. Do you have that same? I don't want to put that on you specifically. Like, in general, do we have that same
capacity
for like a partner? Because now it's very different, and there's a million other factors.
Sure.
That, like, and realistically, can we love a partner
no matter what they do
unconditionally? I think you can, but you cannot stay with a partner unconditionally. Sure. Now that's different, right?
That is different. That's two.
And that's the first time I've ever kind of thought of that. Because I love people in general. I don't. A human being's capacity to love is limitless. Like, it's just infinite. But I've definitely loved people, and I'm like, I don't need anything from you. I love who you are. I love that you're out there doing your thing. Like, it doesn't require anything reciprocal. Yep. I'm just here enjoying your life from the outside. Yeah. But in a relationship, it tends to become somewhat more transactional.
Sure.
Now we're getting into the weeds.
Yeah. You have to support each other in being selfish.
Right, you're right. In being selfish in a healthy way.
Yeah.
Which is kind of feels contradictory.
Sure.
But that is a real thing. Like, it's another thing where, like, selfishness has this negative connotation, but it's actually important for self-care.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
Like, it's a beast of self-care.
Hello, it starts with self.
That's why I always I've said this before too. Like, when Courtney's a good example. When I talked with Courtney, she was on season 1, and she's got 2 kids, and I'm like, to even talk to a woman like that, like, because Courtney's awesome.
It's amazing.
Yeah, but
Love
like,
her.
if you can't, before you even talk to this person, if you can't handle being number 4 on their priority list, do not bother.
Sure.
Like, she's got kids, she's got to have a job, she's got to take care of bills, she's got to take care of herself. Now, a lot of women will make number 4 feel like number 1 because they're just amazing, and they have that capacity to just do that. But that's gonna change day to day. If you can't handle being number 4,
Right.
leave her alone.
Then just don't bother. I mean, I think that goes not just for partnerships, but friendships too.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Because, I think some people, every friendship is different. Some people, for some weird reason, like, will play a friendship like a relationship.
Yeah. Yeah,
Which
sure.
is odd. Like you just said, we haven't spoken years, but we're not skipping a beat because that's what real friendship is like.
Totally.
Like, I can see your life to an extent. Like, especially with the way social media is now, I can at least have a little window. I know you're alive.
Yes. Yes.
And nothing horrible is happening this moment.
Right.
But I also, like, it wouldn't be weird. I feel like I could text you anytime and just, we could have a conversation.
Absolutely.
And I feel that with all of my friends. I don't need to check in every hour and be like, hey, are we still friends?
Right.
Like,
Right. Yeah.
some people
absolutely.
do need that.
Oh my gosh.
But then it's like, well,
yes.
what are you lacking somewhere else?
Definitely. And don't put that on me
Right.
necessarily.
Please
don't
don't.
put that on me because I've got so much other stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, especially during that transition for me, like my circle became really small because, like I said, I was concentrating so hard on just underneath my roof and making sure that I wasn't causing so much fucking trauma on my kids during
you're
this
talking
transition.
about while you were going through your
During the
divorce.
divorce, yes.
See, and I think that's tough too, especially when, like you said, you were married a long time.
Yep.
And now when you come from a group like we come through,
Yep.
and then you bring in a new person, which is already hard
Yeah.
for somebody to accept a new person, but then they become the norm for so long,
Yes.
and now they're gone.
Yep.
And like it's actually almost interesting to say because there's really in a group, outsiders don't usually stay,
Sure.
even if it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Like, nobody would ever say anything bad about your ex-husband. He's amazing.
No.
But
Great guy.
he also doesn't hang out with us, and we don't
Right.
talk to him.
Right. He wasn't necessarily an OG.
Right, exactly. But I've always been fascinated by that principle
Sure.
of how kind of, because it's like self-governing. Nobody decides that.
No.
It just happens.
Yes. You get woven in
Yeah.
with people
Right.
that you hang out with.
But
right?
that is a transition too. Like, and then you got to go through the whole initial transitional period where every time somebody sees, like, oh, we're so and so, like,
Sure. Right. Yes, definitely.
yeah,
And then obviously my transition was that of quickness. And I think there was a lot of opinions about that.
Did you feel judged?
Definitely.
Really?
1000%. Oh my
Like,
God, yes.
I'm not gonna. It's for sure quick.
Yeah.
But like we've already talked about a couple of times, that's always weird to me that anybody has an opinion, because relationships falling apart does not start at let's get a divorce.
Sure.
That's where they end.
Definitely not.
So that's what I mean. Like,
I mean, I'm not sure if people knew, but like 7 years before I got
Right.
divorced, there was a split
Right.
that happened, you know?
and that right there is half of your relationship.
Yeah,
So that's a huge thing to then try to recover from.
totally.
Did you ever have that feeling of failure?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Like, where you put it on yourself a lot and you're like,
Definitely.
this is,
I think
what,
that's
what am
why
I doing wrong?
Yeah, that's why I closed myself off too.
That's why you
like,
stayed another 7 years.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I worked on myself, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe it was me. Like, maybe I was just had these absurd expectations, or you know, like again, I wasn't getting enough self time, and this period I got to kind of reflect and work on myself, and
Yeah.
that's when I got into yoga. That's when
Yeah.
I got into health coaching, you know, because I really started to see how much it affects you mentally
Sure.
when you don't take care of yourself.
Yeah. Doing the yoga and like the health coaching and life coaching kind of stuff too. Do you ever feel that imposter syndrome.
Oh God, yes.
When you're like, my life is a mess, but I can help
Totally.
you.
Yeah.
And realistically, you can.
You can. You're just
But, like,
one step ahead of your clients, right?
Yeah, it's like teaching. I have to be one lesson ahead of you.
Yeah.
Or even
right?
just the simple fact of like, I can still be wallowing in the shit show here.
Totally.
But I still know what I know.
Yep. Yeah.
Just because I'm not applying it or living in the version of it doesn't mean I don't know what I'm talking about.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people in that industry, coaches, therapists,
Yeah.
they get into the industry because they're trying to fix
Right.
themselves.
Well, they don't want people to feel like they feel.
Totally.
And part of that
Oh
is
my
being
God.
able to sit in the mud
Yep.
and be like, I'm not okay.
Yep.
I want to make sure other people
Yeah.
don't have to deal with that, right?
Yeah. When I found, and I had an aha moment during a yoga practice before I was a teacher. And I was just like, oh my gosh, the space that I feel mentally is incredible. I have to share this. I have to share this. And then that's
Do you find that?
unraveled.
So you said one of your pet peeves is arrogance.
Right?
Does that feel a little arrogant?
No.
It doesn't feel
no,
arrogant
because
to feel something and then immediately be like, everybody needs to feel this.
I guess I never looked. I never looked at it that way. I mean, I guess I think of more arrogance as like I'm the best yoga teacher and I am the guru of.
But
the,
not, I'm
like,
feeling the best mentally and you should too.
No. It was more of like I want to help people that want to be helped.
Yeah, people that
right?
are ready.
People
but that's,
that are looking
it's,
for that.
That aha moment is amazing too, because one of the trigger words you hear a lot in yoga and that kind of scene is hold space.
Sure. Yeah. Oh my God.
And
Yeah.
it's a nothing phrase until it isn't. And when you kind of have that revelation, it's like, oh, this
Yeah.
is what they mean.
Sure.
You know, it's hard to explain. You
I
can't
love
really
that term.
You can't really walk somebody into it.
Mm-hmm.
You can, give them tools and guidelines but you kind of have to walk into that yourself and be like,
Definitely.
oh, there's that.
There
Now I
it
feel
is.
like I'm holding space. Like that
Definitely.
makes sense. Or
Yeah.
even being present, same thing. Like it's hard to be present.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. I love the words. I love space. I love giving people space, holding space, guiding inner space.
Sure.
Right? Like
Yeah.
it's just that. I mean, that's what we need in life.
Yeah.
It's just give me some space, process feelings, right? Or just to be. And I think that's hard too, is when people think of space, it's quiet, still, and scary.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't think it necessarily has to be.
No.
So one of the things that I talked about this last week too with my last guest, Veda. We're talking about meditation.
Okay.
And I'm like, meditation doesn't have to just be stereotypically sitting in silence and like
Sure.
whatever. It can look like whatever you want it to look
Definitely.
like. It's just a matter of letting your thoughts flow.
Yep.
Whatever sort of state you can get your mind into to do. You can do the dishes and just mindlessly let your thoughts wander.
that.
Like there's no rule, despite what anybody might tell you in a class.
Sure.
There is no rule for these sorts of things.
You don't even have
Everybody,
to be in a
just
class
because
for
they
that.
can't do it,
Yeah.
like doesn't mean there's not a million
Yeah.
ways to do it.
I think that turns into sometimes a hobby for us too.
Yeah.
Like that's where, call me a grandma, but I'm doing puzzles right now.
Puzzles are amazing. What kind of
They
puzzles?
are.
Like real, like 500-piece puzzles?
Like 500-piece puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom
They're
does
Disney
word
ones,
searches.
but-
She just sits
see?
all day doing word searches.
My grandma used to do that. See? And now I'm picking these things up. I'm
Yeah.
gardening. Like
Yeah.
that's super meditative.
It's so therapeutic. Like you don't realize. Like I play video games, which is different, and there's a spectrum there of like different kinds of games. Jason and I were just talking. We were playing games, and we were just screaming and yelling and cursing this game. And I was like, we play video games to relax. And certain games, yes, they're like a puzzle, like certain things. But then
Okay.
also when we're like trying to murder Nazis and
Right.
they keep rising up and like sniping us before we can cross the
the
lines.
worst.
Yeah, we say a lot of bad words.
That's funny. I like that. See,
Yeah.
but even that's, something to get you out of the space that you're already in.
Right.
Yeah,
It's also,
your
it's
headspace.
like somebody might call their best friend and like unload about their day. We shoot zombie Nazis and talk about our day.
Perfect.
And we're just
See?
like a couple of old school gals.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
It's just more fun. So we've jumped ahead a lot and talked about a lot, but we ended off still in junior high. Which is part of the course for this show.
Yeah, right.
So,
And with me in my mind.
yeah. But that's what I mean by I let the show be what it needs to be. Like it goes where it needs to. The conversation, if you are, again, like we just said, if you're present in it,
Yep.
and just let it flow where it wants to.
Yeah.
I don't try to guide it. But then the transition to high school,
Yep.
because you're still to this day friends with your core group from junior high.
Definitely.
Do you remember the transition then from going to Thompson? Because now they took 2 junior highs and now pushed them together
Yep.
into high school.
Yeah.
Was it easier because you had those connections already?
Definitely. But I also, met the Trauber people.
Yeah. Were any of them
The
cool?
Trauber people.
Were any of them
Oh,
awesome?
definitely. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, high school was interesting in just the fact that, I academically was not great for me.
Is that true? No?
Yes,
Yeah.
I didn't do well, like academically.
Were you more social or just not?
more social?
Yeah.
And I just my focus was not there. I had trouble focusing for sure. So I just had no interest in certain things. And
Did you gravitate towards anything academically, or like you were just kind of
the child development classes?
Yeah. Of course.
Surprise.
Yeah.
All of the child development classes, I was in the classes that ran the preschool
Yeah.
program, like all of that. I was on the course to be a kindergarten teacher, essentially. But then that would require going to college, and
Did you go to college?
I did not.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, I moved out right away because I was just done being at my house. Like
Yeah.
I just wanted to leave.
Be an adult.
I didn't feel really comfortable like at my house. I hate to say that, but
That's such an undescriptive blanket of a statement. What do you mean? Because I felt uncomfortable in my house, but I was also getting beat up.
sure. I was in a household that my stepdad yelled a lot.
Yeah.
I think they added parenting stress. I'm trying not to put him down much, but
Sure. It doesn't make him a bad guy. Just at this point in who
Yes.
you were as a person, you can bump heads. Doesn't make you a bad guy.
Yeah. My older brother went off to, he was in the service. He signed up for the Army.
Yeah.
I was still in high school. He graduated high school. My brother and I were from my biological dad
Right.
and mom. And then my younger brother is my stepmom or my stepdad and my mom. And he's 10 years younger than me.
Yeah.
So, there was definitely that transition of feeling.
That's rough too when you're, 18 and there's an 8-year-old at the house.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
strange. And I just got treated very differently.
I would think too that
and-
there's that tendency of as far as kids go, you're done. We don't we expect certain things of you.
Sure.
A certain level of adulthood from
Yes.
you. And we still are raising this child.
Right.
So don't be a dick.
Right.
That's that might make sense, but that sounds terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. And he was just grumpy.
Yeah.
I just sadly remember him just being constantly grumpy and yelling. And I was never allowed to, I wasn't allowed to talk on the phone for much longer than hey, are you coming over? Okay. Yeah. Bye.
Yeah.
That was it. I wasn't
You see, kids, we live at a time when there was phones connected to the wall.
Yeah.
And the family of 5 only had one phone.
Definitely.
And the adults hated when us kids in junior
We're
high
using the
and high
phone at
school would start
all.
talking all the time.
Yes.
It was
Yes,
worse when you have a
definitely.
cordless also, and you had to stay relatively close.
Close to the
You're like,
yes, horrible. So I just felt like my friend. I didn't love having friends over because
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to do a whole lot, and like no one really wanted to come over because he wasn't very pleasant.
Did
and
that make
like,
you kind of a rebellious teenager? Like, did you consider
yes
yourself
and
a rule
no.
breaker?
I mean, no.
You just sneak out,
No.
get into bad stuff?
Okay. I did sneak out a few times. But like I snuck out to go to my neighbor's house across the street.
Yeah.
Right. And like maybe when I was 17, 18, I snuck out to a party. Right. But like I don't consider myself like I wasn't a super reckless kid at all.
I think it's easy when we look at some of our friends.
Sure.
We're like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Holy shit.
I wasn't like them.
Oh my God, no. I was terrified to get in trouble.
Yeah.
I was terrified to get in trouble.
But you were never physically abused beyond like maybe just a little discipline here and there.
Yeah, a belt here and there when I was younger, but like
Which is still traumatic, but like
yeah, but no, I wasn't like smacked around or anything
Yeah.
like that.
that's why I never broke the rules. I was very mouthy, and I
Oh my
would,
gosh,
I
never.
would intellectually go against my dad, but like I never snuck out, and I try to not. I feel like when you're already getting the shit beat out of you and you're not breaking the rules,
Sure.
you're like they're gonna
Aw.
fucking kill me if I actually
my
break the
gosh.
rules. Yeah,
Awful. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't getting beat, but
Yeah.
I certainly was terrified to get in trouble.
yeah, and the yelling is easy to forget that yelling includes so many things because one, it's being yelled at sucks no matter what, but then also the content of what you're being yelled at about is something that you
Sure.
carry. So like there's many layers to verbalization of things.
Yeah.
You know, that's what people are like, oh, well, you know, sticks and stones, like, or words don't hurt. Like, bullshit.
Yeah.
Words are little seeds that you, especially as a kid, you plant in your brain.
Definitely.
And they're going to grow for the rest of your life.
And then it becomes their self-talk.
Do you have so I do have a trigger. Like, if I'm being yelled at, I shut down immediately. Do you have a
Definitely.
trigger of that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where somebody raises, like, you need to talk to me. If you raise your voice at me, I am 100% going to emotionally
Quiet.
shut down
Yep.
and not respond.
Definitely.
Like, talk to me like a person.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think that, I mean, it has seeped into, my marriage now. And like, he's very vocal and loves to share his feelings. And I need a moment to process. So sometimes when I'm sitting there in silence, he's like, please say something. Please say something. I'm like,
So I do that too,
I'm
where
hearing-
I don't say anything unless I mean that shit
Sure.
because I'm thinking about it. I don't want to I try not to say something just to say it. Like I want to, especially when somebody's coming at you like that, very thoughtfully and intentionally. All right, well, let me process that and make sure I'm saying what I'm feeling,
sure.
so that we don't get a miscommunication and
Definitely.
create trauma we don't
Oh
need.
my gosh. And I appreciate my partner right now so much because we know how to fight. We don't, I mean, that sounds so silly, but like,
But it makes so much sense.
Oh my gosh.
It's important. Like,
It's so important
Yeah.
in a relationship to like have an argument and still respect each other and come together at
Right.
the end of it. Right. Like,
yeah.
there
Well, that's what
shouldn't be-
you both need, to work. Because there's definitely people that will have a knockdown, drag out argument,
Yep.
and it gets bad.
Bad.
That doesn't necessarily mean they have a bad relationship.
Sure.
Whatever, everybody's got their own dynamic.
Yeah.
So to find yours and to find somebody else that complements that is huge.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Because I think I call it my past life. In my past life or my past relationship, I was afraid to get in trouble. I
Yeah.
was afraid to, because he would seemingly be disappointed
Sure.
or upset with me, and I didn't know how to handle that. Or
I'm sure there was a point where he didn't know how to verbalize, not even expectations,
Totally.
but just like, his needs and stuff like that also.
definitely, I think the communication
'Cause
piece
if-
was really.
How could you not feel disappointed if he doesn't know what he wants?
Yeah.
He just knows when you do something, it's not right.
Right. Yeah.
That's not fair.
Yeah. I mean, and again, that was just learned in that teenage
Well, your
year.
kids, yeah.
You know?
That's a lingering, messy leftover
Yep.
from your upbringing.
Yes.
And then, like you said, so through high school, you and I met your sophomore year.
Yep.
That's right. We still
Horticulture, right?
Horticulture, yes. Still, we've had plans to go to the mall for 30 years at this point. Someday we'll get there.
Dang.
I remember you were one of my few friends that could drive before I could. And we were always like, oh, we got to go to the mall. Go to Rocky Muds.
I love it.
Yeah. But when did you meet your first husband then?
First husband I met after. So it's funny because obviously my husband now I broke up with from high school.
So you guys dated through high school?
Through or? Yes. So we were together.
Listen to this wild story.
Yeah, right? So we met February of 2000, my senior year.
That's when you guys...
We met at Andy's.
Your first husband?
No.
Okay.
My now husband.
Yeah. You guys met that late?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Right?
So I'll say he's in my grade.
Yep.
I've known him, Jesus Christ. He used to
long
pop up
time.
in Fox Chase because there's a random people on my block that would have people over.
Okay. Yeah.
So I've known him uncomfortably long time.
Right.
I would have figured you guys met each other similar to how I met you. I guess he wasn't in horticulture.
Yeah.
Only cool kids are in
Right.
horticulture.
Yeah. No, we met at Andy's. Just everybody was hanging out.
What were you kids doing at Andy's?
Oh, you know, just hanging out. And you know,
What a cool time though to have that little focal point
super cool
of every single person ever coming through at some point.
Yeah, right. And pretty much like almost immediately after we met, we started dating.
Yeah.
So essentially, it was,
So you were just barely, or you were finishing high school.
yep.
And we were juniors at that time.
And you guys were going, yeah. So him and I were together for 18 months, I think.
Wow.
On and off.
Yeah.
On and off, because it was a very fiery, passionate relationship. And like those feelings at 17, 18 are very hard to wrap your head around. And I had never been in like such an intense relationship before. And
it's a lot mentally, and you don't like, I feel like too, it's like, is there substance here?
Right.
Or is it just
just
because like both are valid and both are amazing in their own right.
Yeah.
But I think the hope is eventually have these two work together.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it was. And for the first 6 months was really great. And then I think when, you know, he was finishing his senior year and I was working full time and, you know, there was.
Were you still at the cinema?
He's going to laugh.
Because I remember you went to the cinema.
No, I wasn't. No, I got fired from.
You got fired from the cinema?
Okay, so they fired me from the movie theater.
Yeah.
When I'm 16.
Yeah.
And then
you didn't last long there.
And then no, I was there for a little bit, but then I went back years later to be the assistant manager.
I remember you being the manager. You and Sarah worked there.
Yeah. That's so funny.
That is funny. Well, because Junker and T worked there.
Yes.
Did you all get to work together?
Yes. So that's how we became super close, right?
Yeah.
Because I worked with the boys. Yeah. It was awesome.
That's like those two are amazing to work together with.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like I piss my pants every day.
So good.
Of how ridiculous
it was.
they are.
I mean, it was absolutely the reason I love that job so much. Absolutely.
And then to become their boss, were they there then, or were they gone by then?
I think they were gone by then.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because I didn't go back until 2002, I think. Yeah. That makes sense. So it was a few years.
We would have been on to our adult jobs.
Yeah, right. Something like that. Yeah. So we broke up.
By 2001.
2001.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Whatever year and a half was.
I moved out.
You moved out.
Yeah, I moved out.
Did you live together?
No, I moved out
of
my house.
That's right.
And I think that kind of was a little bit part of the reason too. Like,
Really?
yeah. I had a roommate.
And the idea of like just being on your own for the first time, or
Yeah, maybe something,
Yeah.
something like that.
when you're kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like when you
for
see
sure.
kids today and you're like, oh, we're 18 and we've been together for 4 years, and it's like, you might want to live some of your, like, you have to make your own decisions and do what makes
Yep.
sense to you, but don't be afraid to live your own life
Yeah.
before it's too late.
Right. Right. And I think that was part of it, is that we had so much love for each other, but weren't mature enough to see each other also like bloom and blossom without each other.
Yeah. You guys
If that
wouldn't have
makes
bloomed
sense.
and blossomed correctly, I feel like, if you would have.
If we would have stayed together.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So then I meet my first husband after the breakup in 2002, I want to say.
Damn, it's like right after.
Right after 2002,
Yeah.
2003, something like that. I can't. I
like
don't know now.
I like the stereotypical idea of being like, I'm finally out on my own. I'm ready to explore the world.
Yeah.
Can't do this relationship anymore.
Yeah. No.
And then within 6
see, that's
months,
where I'm like.
and then within
I
6
feel
months,
like
you're back into a new relationship. For 14 years.
For sure. Yeah, 14 years. But it.
Life goes the way it goes.
Yeah. Right.
Best laid plans of gods and people or whatever.
Yeah, so we started dating. He moved in almost right away because my roommate had decided that she was moving out, and I was kind of in this panic.
Did that feel rushed? You said you were in a panic, and like I feel like that changes the dynamic so fast.
Sure. It was more of a like conversation that him and I had. Like, I was really just casually telling him that my roommate was going to move out, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do because I didn't want to move back in with my stepdad, and really just vocalizing that. And he was like, well, I'll move in. And then
You're like, I guess.
yeah, and he like even joked like, if we break up, I'll just move into the other bedroom because it was a 2-bedroom, And I was like, oh, the hell you will. We'll move out.
Yeah.
But obviously it never came to that because then a year later we were engaged. A year later we got married.
Man.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, I was around for all of this in some sense.
Yeah.
It's crazy to remember how fast it all went.
Totally. Totally. And being so young.
Yeah.
21.
Yeah.
I think I got married when I just turned 22.
Yeah.
Or just turned 23, somewhere around there, right? So yeah, and then that was it. Like, I got married. We were married for about 5 years before we had our first. And then, I mean, we didn't have another one until 6 years later.
So, but then you've been together for 11 years.
But yeah, right. Yes, but then after.
So as somebody who wanted kids, like far back as you can remember, and who's always been that maternal character, why do you suppose you waited 5 years? Because realistically, that's a long time.
It was. It was a long time, and I
And
was a
you're
little
talking also,
upset.
you were probably closer to 28 by then.
Yeah.
Which is not old by any means.
No. I had her when I was 27.
Yeah.
I wanted kids right away.
Oh, really?
I did.
So that was not your choice.
So it's not necessarily my choice, and there was a lot of things behind the scenes that were happening that were like kind of immature, and there was a DUI that happened. So like, honestly, like there was just a lot of drinking happening, and that was really at the forefront for a while and for the first couple of years of marriage. Yes, I was in my early 20s.
Sure.
We had great jobs. We had our first house.
Yeah.
We were living it up. I lived next to the Big Easy.
You had a lot of fun there.
Yes, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
But after a couple of years of that, for me, I was just like,
Well, some people get it out of their system and you
Sure.
have a good time. Like,
Yep.
even now when I look back, I'm like, had the best time. Do not miss it at all.
No,
but
me neither.
some people will get stuck in that for a long time. Hopefully not forever, but for a long time.
And sometimes they do, like some people have addictive behaviors or just really like that feeling of.
Do you remember back then having that feeling of, even though you wanted kids, I'm sure immediately, of kind of as you're going, being like, this is not the right environment. This would have been bad.
Yeah.
If we did have kids at that time.
Definitely.
At least in retrospect.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
Did something change, or just life, as Jeff Goldblum would say, life finds a way?
That was good. I think I got to a point where I was just like,
this is happening.
And this is happening.
Yeah.
I'm going to start, like I started taking ovulation tests and figuring that out. And like, all right, I'm like done waiting. Like I want to start having kids.
I mean, that long is even crazy to not accidentally have a kid.
Sure.
Do you ever think about how reckless we were as teenagers and early adults, and like, thank goodness we made it as far as we did.
Yikes. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of crazy, but obviously it was the right timing when it did happen.
Do you think that, so you had already mentioned that kind of around the 7-year mark, you guys were separated and going through whatever you're going through. And like, do you think those seeds were planted way before that, of not being able to have kids when you wanted to, and kind of dealing with some of the stresses that come with most relationships?
Sure.
Whatever internal or external factors might be.
Yeah.
Do you think that do you look at that 7-year mark, or do you look at like, probably closer to 10, and not even in an unfortunate way, just like not knowing any better?
No, I mean, hindsight,
Because I
you really look at your relationships. And
like my friend, or Laura, that passed away, that I was my last girlfriend that passed away. Her last relationship before that was 20 years.
Oh my gosh.
But she had been checked out. Like, she's like, she's like, I wasn't happy at 15, and I was checked out by 10, and the last 5 were horrible. I'm like, okay, but that's half your life.
Yeah,
like,
right.
What the hell?
Yeah.
You don't know until you know.
Until you
and then you
know,
can look back.
or what your line is, right?
Exactly,
like
you don't know your line until you can look back and be like, that was when I was gone mentally.
Definitely.
I might have been there going through the motions, but like, blech.
Yeah. I mean, sadly, I admit that like before we even had first baby, like
Sure.
there were definitely talks and signs for me.
Yeah.
But that's also you second guessing yourself.
Right.
Or just thinking it's me. Or like you just maybe I'm wrong, or maybe I'm not trying hard enough.
Yeah.
Or it's
That's
not
the most
all
tragic
roses.
one, is internalizing it and being like, I'm not enough. I'm not doing enough. I'm not presenting enough.
Yep.
Because then it's like, obviously you hope to meet your partner halfway.
Yeah.
And like you said, with your newer relationship, the meeting you, and it's, you don't realize that until you see it, and you're like, oh, this is what it's supposed to be like.
Right.
So in the past,
oh my
you
gosh,
just kind of put it on yourself.
Totally.
Like, if they're not meeting you, it's not even a conscious decision they're making. They don't know any better either.
Not at all. Oh my gosh, not at all. And
but when you're not being met, you're trying to go the extra. So you put in 100, and now you're trying to put in 200.
Yep.
And you can't.
You just,
you can only put in 100.
Can't. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure in his relationship now, he's different, and he communicates differently. You know, like
they're uncomfortably adorable.
Very cute.
Yeah.
And made for each other. Like I honestly look at them and I'm like, that's so wonderful, and that makes sense.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I love when people can, that's holding space, being able to look at everybody's come out better. Like, it doesn't mean that this thing was ugly. It just means that this thing
Sure.
wasn't working.
Sure.
And now everybody's moved on to a thing that's working.
Definitely.
And thank goodness. And realistically, we needed this thing not to work. So I could see that this is what works.
This is what works. Yeah, right. Yeah, no kidding. And obviously that's very hard to see that when you start to go through the motions of separating your stuff. And
Sure. Well, when people get caught up too on time,
yes,
it's really hard to not
yes.
like to look back and be like, oh, I've wasted this time. And it's like, which is not true at all.
Oh my God, no.
Like whatsoever. You've grown as a person. You've become who you need to be. Also, you've had 2 amazing kids. Like, these are critical, important life things that
yes.
really genuinely matter.
Yep.
So there's no negativity there. Again, it's simple as this part of this doesn't work.
It's not
and I would
working.
like to be in when that does.
Right, right.
And that's the betting on yourself part
Yeah.
where like there's better for both of us.
Man, why is it so hard to like speak your truth?
'Cause ego gets in the way.
Right? Yes. And like you want to make it work. I also didn't want to hurt anybody.
Sure.
God, that fucking feels
Yeah.
like the worst thing in the world. I was hurting not just my ex-husband, but
Right.
my oldest, right? My son was 2 at the time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he obviously didn't really
Have an
know what
opinion
was-
yet?
Yeah, didn't really know what was going on.
Right.
But, you know, the horror on her face when I told her, like, I will never, ever forget that. And,
Yeah.
like, having to go through all that motion and, like, his family
Yeah.
being upset with me.
Sure. Well, again,
Like-
it turns into a blame game. Like, you can't help. There's got to be a good
Told
guy
you
and a
I was
bad
gonna
guy.
cry.
But I just don't. It doesn't have to be that way. I get why people make it that way. It's easier to process, right? If I can blame you, I don't have to
Sure.
look at myself,
Sure.
which is silly because I don't think that your ex-husband even thought that. But people surround it. I'm sure even in a group of friends, people had opinions. Like you said,
Definitely.
people had opinions, and I'm jumping from that to a quick new relationship. Also, like it just compounds the,
Yep.
and everybody wants to pick a side or blame.
Yes.
And, you know,
But why?
opinions are like assholes, right?
Of course. Yeah.
Everybody's got one, and
everyone
they're
does
usually
have
full
one.
of shit.
Yeah.
But it's
True.
it's easy to sit back and while our friend group people might have an opinion, I do find that our friend group as a whole is not as judgmental as you might think.
Sure.
I think you're allowed to have an opinion or whatever, but we don't hold on to those things like they actually matter.
Right.
They're just like, well, this is what it looks like.
Right.
And then, you know, we hold the space to actually, if you're willing to talk to the person, get at what's actually happening.
What's actually-
It's also not like you can be like, hey, let me call up Jess. Hey, tell me about your divorce. What's going on?
Yeah.
What's really happening?
Sure. And I also didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I really didn't. It
Right.
was, I mean, it was consuming. And plus, then let's not forget the mental changes that happen while you're pregnant.
Sure.
So my son was just barely 2.
Right.
So I'm still kind of
Yeah.
postpartum, to be honest.
Absolutely.
Like,
yeah.
still feeling
Well, you got to feel a certain way
confused
because
and
the
weird and
is the what's the word? The like conditions surrounding your first and second are night and day.
totally.
Like where you're at in the relationship, where you're at mentally, like
Yep.
that's already really, really hard because like, and again, these are, I genuinely hope people understand this is not saying anything negative about either participant or
Never.
the situation. This is just facts or feelings of the situation. By then, the relationship's holding on by a thread. That's not a secret to you two, at least.
Right. Right.
But now you're doing something that's considered the most joyous thing in the world by bringing new life in.
Yep.
So that's
Yep.
surrounding,
While I had a studio.
right? You've got this beautiful thing, small business, while also having the reality of the relationship staring you in the face.
Yep.
Like that's a lot. So yeah, 2 years into that might sound like a long time. It's not.
No. I mean, well, yeah. And like you said, the small business, add that in. Like, I had the studio only for 3 years. And
Yeah.
like the first year, we were doing so wonderful. I was growing. It was
Right.
great. I get pregnant the second year. I'm in my pregnancy,
Right.
like the second year of business. Super tough, physically, mentally, still doing it. And then the third year, I'm essentially expected to be a stay-at-home mom,
Right.
but also teach classes. I
Yeah.
came back 2 weeks after I had my son.
Jesus.
Fucking 2 weeks I was in the studio teaching.
dangerous.
Yes, it was stupid.
Wow.
But I also felt like I didn't have a choice,
Yeah.
right? Where like I'm running this business, no one cares as much as I do about it.
Right.
And also class participants weren't coming in for my subs. They were coming in for me and my
Right.
classes. See, this is where
But that's one of those things, though. You're
damn
the business.
arrogance.
Right. But in that sense,
But in
you're
that
the
sense,
business.
yes. And that was a huge fucking weight. And then
Yeah.
here I am wearing my son
Right.
while I'm teaching,
Yeah.
right? I'm nursing while I'm teaching. Like, God bless my students. And they were all so wonderful,
Yeah.
right? But like, that's why I woke up a year after, I think he had just turned 1. And I just woke up and was like, I cannot do this. I cannot do this anymore. I'm just so tired. I'm so tired.
Yeah.
Mentally,
it is a lot.
physically, like I'm trying to take care of my household. I'm
Yeah.
like obviously this is bringing up very much feelings for me because it was just a lot. And reflecting now, I like look at, and all of us like look back at a situation where we're like, holy shit,
Right.
how the fuck did I make it through that?
Right. To come out the other side is huge. On a lighter note, you were pregnant at the same time as Annie.
Yes. Yes. With our first. Yes.
That was your first, so that was a long time
That
ago.
was my first. Yes.
Because I
Yeah,
have a picture of us 3 looking
Yep.
pregnant together.
That's my favorite in her garage.
Yeah, that's true.
The 3 pregnant bitches.
Yeah. But yeah, that makes sense. That is a lot to deal with. Like, I think that would break anybody for sure.
Yeah.
Also, I spent time in that studio. That was the time I was doing trauma recovery, and
Okay.
I used your studio to do that.
Oh,
You
I hope
remember
it
that?
helped. I hope it helped.
I think I only ended up doing like one session in there. I think it was. Well, I can't say who it was with because that would be shitty.
Sure.
But I remember who it was with.
Good. Well, good. And I loved it. I missed that space,
It
right?
was a nice space.
We've talked about, opening up another space at some point. I don't know. We'll see.
Do you think you would do another one?
I go back and forth.
It's a lot to run a business.
It is a lot to run a business.
Yeah.
But I think now I'm at the mental capacity. I have the support, and
Right.
like my kids are older. So, I'm always open
Yeah.
to it. But yeah, like so I have my son. A year later, he turns 1. I close the studio and then work on my household.
Yeah.
Me, my husband at the time, my 2 kids.
Right.
And that was 2017 was when I closed the studio. And then 2018 is when I asked for the divorce.
Yeah. Did you feel blindsided?
I don't think so.
I can't imagine
I don't
like
think so. I think at the moment, yes. Like you didn't know it would be so severe. I think
severe.
Yeah, like I think you thought that we would like come back.
We've
from
come
it.
this far. Like we'll
Yes,
keep
definitely.
we'll keep
yeah, it was that time
punishing
thing.
each
that-
other.
Yeah. It was that timepiece, though. Like
Yeah.
we've been together so long.
right.
We can make it through this.
Sure.
And it was again the same thing I had with my studio. Right. I just woke up and was like, I can't do this anymore, and that's what happened. I just broke. I mean, it was. I call it my the sinus infection that like changed my life because it was I was feeling so shitty, and I don't know, it's just like there was just not this connection, right? Like I'm just sobbing in bed because I feel like I'm fucking failing right now at everything, and I feel like shit. My head is pounding, like I'm trying to keep everything afloat, and all I really wanted was a hug.
Right. It all comes back to that.
I just needed like
Yeah.
a physical touch, like you're okay,
Yeah.
right?
Do you
We've
think-
got this together.
Do you think you're high maintenance?
Maybe.
I'm asking because like I consider myself emotional high maintenance.
I think maybe I am.
Where I like it's the same thing where like
Or not.
because I'm very closed off emotionally a lot, that
Mm-hmm.
like with somebody that's like that kind of intimacy or closeness,
Yep.
like I need to have that fulfilled. I'm not trying to put that on you as a
No.
partner, like to
Right.
I'm not expecting anything above what you can do, but like my love language would be like words of affirmation, physical touch,
Totally.
and be like, hey,
Yep.
like I need somebody to be like, hey, I still like you, because every
Yeah.
5 minutes I'm gonna be like, they definitely don't like me.
Why do you hate me?
Yeah. But I mean,
my daughter says that sometimes, my oldest. She'll be like, why do you hate me? I'm like, oh, never. She laughs about it.
Yeah.
She's obviously joking with me. We have an awesome relationship.
yeah, that's good.
So awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you'd hope that they can come to a place too of also being like, oh, like devastated at first about divorce, which I think is normal. But I also think kids are incredibly intuitive. Like, it's not a secret that this isn't working.
Right.
And they're processing that however they can because they don't know what to do with that information.
Absolutely.
But they can definitely feel
Yes.
like what's in the air.
Yes. And if you can, I don't know if we agree, I can't recall actually if we agreed together on this, but I very much made it a point to never badmouth him in front of, like,
Yeah.
and even now, like, I just don't. He's
Sure.
a great person. It just, I needed to be loved a certain way.
Sure.
And he just wasn't available to
Well,
do
he
that.
also needed to be
And
loved
he
a
needed
certain
to,
way.
yes. And I think now she sees who he is with and who
Right.
I am with. And like, that makes sense. And that makes sense. You know, like I'm sure she does wish that, you know, we lived in the same household. Like,
I think so.
I don't know. Or maybe that just, we could do things together. I don't know. I mean,
Sure.
I think I felt that way.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe
you
I'm
were
putting that on her. Right.
I
Maybe
think-
she
well-
doesn't feel that way.
I think that society today, one of my pet peeves is people talking like, oh, the kids today. And I'm like, that's like,
Stop. Yeah.
that's not a thing really. Like,
Yeah.
though technology is different, but people are essentially the same.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that these situations are more common and acceptable today than they were when we were coming
Sure.
up.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it
yeah.
was still just barely taboo when we were coming up.
Right.
But people were definitely like, oh, he's a child of divorce.
Yes.
And now
Yeah.
it's like,
The
now when somebody's like,
stepdad.
oh, my parents are still together, like, whoa, that's
Yes.
weird.
Right.
Like, we're like, they're definitely not happy, right? Oh, yeah, sure, but they're together.
Yeah. You just push through.
Yeah, exactly. Those are those Gen Xers.
Yeah,
that-
which my ex-husband's parents were together for
Yeah.
almost 50 years. I think 50 years almost, you know, before his dad passed away. And then there's my parents, right? They were divorced. And
yeah.
I mean, I had my stepdad and my mother have been together since, I don't know, I was 6,
Yeah.
right? So like, I still had a stable
Right.
household for sure. I was very privileged.
Right.
Very. I
Yeah.
mean, we had the new construction house, like, very much.
Right.
So I was very, very fortunate. I mean, we weren't like rolling money or anything like that, but like, I was definitely provided for.
Did your dad ever show back up after the 9th birthday party?
In high school.
Oh, really? He does resurface.
Yes, in high school. And then we had, again, kind of an on and off. We started seeing each other more and more.
Yeah.
And then kind of it would fade. And while going through my divorce, I sadly cut him off. Like a lot of people.
Like, even that, you can't help but put yourself at the blame of everything.
Sure.
Like, sadly, I cut him off.
I did that.
Healthily, you cut him off.
Sure.
For whatever reason.
For whatever reason, I actually feel, I do feel a little guilty because my dad is wonderful and sweet and kind and just wanted to be there for me.
Sure.
And at that time, I was upset because I didn't understand how my ex-husband and I could make it work. And we were, we were friends. Like we were doing birthdays together and Christmases together for a few years, during that like transition. And I just didn't understand how my parents couldn't do that. Like, how could you not just for us, like get along and get over yourselves and whatever bullshit you guys had. Like, I just didn't understand that. Now, I didn't cut off my mom because my mom and I had always had a relationship.
Well,
so
she
I
raised
do
you.
feel bad because now, a few years later, and my current partner, like my marriage now has healed that part of me. Like I see how he is with our kids and our daughter, and it healed that heart in me that needed that, So then I started to reflect and like, oh my God, my dad is going to be heartbroken. He is heartbroken right now. I'm not talking to him. Like,
did you reach back out?
Of course I did, just recently.
Oh, nice.
Yes. In March April, I think. My dad turned 70 this year and I knew it. And it was really weighing heavy on my heart. And I just finally reached out to him and it's great. He comes out every other weekend and sees my kids. And we had a good talk though. And I was like, I let him know. I was like, first of all, I didn't know how to ask for help because we just didn't have that relationship. Yeah. And then I had like just harbored so many different opinions and ideas of what happened between you and mom and, that kind of thing.
Which are, at the end of the day, irrelevant.
Totally.
Like,
totally.
You hold on to them because you want to understand, especially once you then walked the same story.
Yep.
But at the end of it all, it's like, my opinion doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Nope.
It's irrelevant to the whole situation.
And I thanked him too.
I think that's what's interesting too, is that the dynamics kind of becomes, your parents are kind of set in their ways and they are who they are. And it's kind of rare to see them evolve beyond that. But then you grow into a space of understanding where they are.
Definitely. Right? Oh my gosh, absolutely.
And being able to thank them is a huge thing too. To actually sit them down and be like, hey, like, and understanding like I did this because it was the right thing to do at the time.
Right, for me.
But how lucky am I able to be able to have this time now?
Absolutely. And I thanked him for not driving my opinion. My dad never badmouthed. He never said what was going on between them. I mean, I feel like maybe if they did I don't know. If they did tell us or were honest with us, then maybe, but there was two sides of the story, right? Sure. So everyone had an opinion about it. Everyone had their hurt feelings. But my dad never inflicted his opinion on me. Yeah. Ever.
And that's a big deal. I feel like a lot of days, like these days, a lot of people can't get over that ego piece.
Yeah.
And they run their mouth. I dated a girl that had a kid and, it was whatever, they were married. And then I showed up and they became less married.
Sure. I see.
But I remember when she would go to see him on those weekends, he would talk shit about me. But like, which I understand. Like, sure. But she would come home. It would just make her uncomfortable because we all lived together. So she knows what I'm like. She knows me actually.
Right.
She sees you once a week and you're just complaining about me, but she knows what you're saying isn't true. So you're just making her uncomfortable.
Right.
And then you're just ruining your time. Like, trust me, I'm the least important piece in this whole thing. Like, don't bother. It's just crazy how people can't, again, it's all the ego thing of like, nobody can get over themselves.
Yep. Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Or just admit, I think it's hard for us to feel shame in front of people, feel foolish, that humility piece and vulnerable. And
we literally turn red. I think that if we didn't turn red, it'd be easier to hide, right?
Yeah, right.
But you can literally be like, your face is weird all of a sudden.
And I can't hide. I mean, I just automatically start crying right away.
Yeah.
It's just,
Well, so everything we just kind of talked about too, and, the fact that you get over emotional, I'm curious, during all of that, not wanting to talk about it and and we've kind of brushed on, you have to deal to some extent of those of us on the outside filling in the blanks and making our own opinions, right?
Yeah.
Which makes you, and you're already kind of wanting to pull back as it is and be on your own.
Yep.
So how do you kind of reconcile having to deal with other people's opinions, or were you just not aware of what other people were thinking, or just not care?
I mean, I think at some point I cared, but I just didn't want to know.
But also nobody would know how you're feeling, because you can't help but be Jess, who is this bubbly, motherly figure that is always up.
Sure.
Like that's what you put on when you leave the house. And I do agree that to the most part, that's who you are. I'm sure it's just as nice to sit with you and you can let it all down and just sit on the couch and be you without having to do anything else and no preconceived notions.
Sure.
Like those are, the moments that I live for. Like, those are the best ones. Like, cause I feel the same way. I have to put something on when I leave the house.
Yeah.
People are expecting something out of me. And to an extent, I do want to live up to that because I like it too. But I also love being able to let it go and just sit down and not have to think. Almost like at the end of the day, and you're like, nice.
Right.
But because of that, I think it's easy to have no idea what you're going through emotionally because I don't think you want people to see that also.
No, that's probably part of it too.
Yeah.
I probably
So then when you do come
hid.
out, people have an idea of what you're going through, but then they see you like having a good time or smiling or enjoying life.
Sure.
And they're like, oh, she doesn't even care.
Right.
She doesn't know what she's doing to her kids. She doesn't know what she's doing. She's throwing her marriage or what.
Sure.
And then compound that with a relatively short time to jump back into a relationship. It's like, oh my God, this lady.
And then pregnant.
Did that happen quick?
Let's add another kid in it. Why don't we? How about it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It happened very quickly. Emerald was born in 2019. So.
Oh, wow. That is really fast.
Very.
I feel like that in my brain, that just happened.
Was not on purpose.
I can't believe that they're already 6.
Yeah.
Or about to be 6.
She just turned 6.
I'm like, oh, man.
I know.
It just doesn't stop. It doesn't even slow down.
Doesn't stop. No, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, I literally had a fucking physical thing showing, right? Of me moving on quickly.
Sure.
Right?
Right. Well, right.
So it's hard for me not to feel
It's one thing to hide yourself
shameful.
emotionally. See,
I wore it underneath my shirt. Like,
yeah.
it's sticking out.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that kind of begs the next question that sounds heavy-handed, but I don't mean it that way by any means because I think people should do what makes sense to them.
Sure.
You were already checked out, divorce was happening. Were you guys already exploring a relationship before that? Or did you wait until, like, when did this show back up? Or was it never gone? It just wasn't looked at in this way. Okay.
It wasn't looked at in this way.
Okay. So everybody stayed friends.
Totally.
It is what it is.
I mean, I'll be honest. When I got my first marriage, we weren't even speaking.
Yeah. Right.
So
but at some point, you guys became friends again.
We did.
And like, not to be weird, but like when you have that kind of fiery passion with somebody, it doesn't go away.
I did. I mean,
like
you didn't live here, so I was like,
you didn't have to deal with it.
No.
But like, it's not, not that you're.
I didn't know.
Yeah, but it's easy to. You don't have to be disrespectful or act on it.
Right.
But once you're around it again, it's like, oh shit.
Yep.
Especially to be like where you're already at, to be like,
Sure.
This feels like, is this what I've been missing? right?
Yeah.
Because you're definitely in different spots in your life at this point also.
Totally.
So it's got to be really a lot to take in. And just another, like, there's so much shit piled on.
Totally.
Throw this on it.
Come on, let's do it. Fucking bring it on.
Yeah, here's another one.
Fucking
But
bring
like
it on.
in a sense, that almost feels like an outlet.
Yeah.
And that
sure.
can be very, I mean, it looks
dangerous.
Dangerous, yeah.
Very dangerous. And
Yeah.
there were definitely opinions of us moving too quickly, and people
Yeah.
were very nervous. Even, I mean, close people,
Sure.
you know. And I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
See, I can understand it intellectually, but I can't in practice.
Okay.
And again, it goes back to what I was just saying about Laura, who 20-year relationship prior. And I kept putting the kibosh on us moving too fast because I'm like, you coming out of this 20-year relationship, you've got to take some time,
Sure.
reestablish who you are. Like, and
Yeah.
the stereotypical bullshit that you would say. But then when it's like, hey, this is the reality of 15 years unhappy, 10 years, checked out, 5 years bad.
Yeah.
I'm fucking gone.
Right.
I'm ready to move on. Like, don't tell me what I need.
Yep. Yep.
It's easy from the outside to dictate that, but when
Definitely.
you're in it, you're in it.
Yeah.
Like, this is how I feel. I'm ready to go. I'm good.
Yeah, I feel like I had a few, there was a few friends that knew that how I felt. Let's
Sure.
be honest. We all talk to close friends
Yeah.
and like, oh, man, I'm not sure. Like, this is just
Yeah. Gotta have a sounding board.
totally. Yes.
Yeah.
And then, you just keep working at it. But, those who knew me to that point,
Yeah.
it wasn't a surprise.
Yeah.
Right? It wasn't a surprise. And yes, the quickness was very intense. But I also had that thought of like, I'm going to be fucking 40 soon. Like,
Yeah.
why the fuck?
Why wait?
Why wait?
I'll
yes,
tell you too, that's
I could
the
fucking
other-
die tomorrow.
That's the other biggest thing that's happened to me with my experience that I keep talking about with Laura is life is too fucking flimsy. Why? What are we waiting for?
Right.
If you feel a certain way, get after it.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
there's no point in waiting. This big magic waiting for whatever, it's
Yep.
not coming.
Right. Right.
And
yeah.
It's either not coming or it's coming regardless.
Yes.
Like, time is passing.
Yeah. And it's up to you to jump in
Right.
or just fucking let the boat
Pass
sail
you by. Yeah.
off.
I'm a big just jump in guy.
Yeah.
Like, it might not be smooth and perfect,
Yeah.
but we can
Totally.
we can fix that. We
I
can
think that
figure that
scared
out.
people though about me is like I don't come off as that person.
Yeah.
I'm very cautious. Obviously, I like waited and like, I don't know if this is the right time. I'm second guessing myself, and for whatever reason,
Yeah.
it was just my time to be like, fuck.
But I think when you feel that there's a lot of factors there. Feeling that seen is fucking huge. That safety,
Yep.
that feeling like there's an actual partner that's meeting you, like, because even just having a conversation you guys would have had, you can see that you're both different. You can see that you're both meeting like in a place that you didn't anticipate. So when you feel that, I feel like it's easy to be like, especially where you've been, like, I'm not even gonna give this a chance to skip by. I'm going.
Definitely.
I'm just going.
Yep. I'm just doing it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, fuck everybody else. They're gonna have their
much.
opinions either way.
Pretty
Like,
much. Yep.
I'd rather be happy, at least in my
Yeah.
little scope.
And it wasn't smooth sailing. I mean, we were putting two households together,
Right.
and I'm someone that had never had kids before is now suddenly living with two
Right.
children, and like it wasn't always like super easy. But again, you know how to fight the right way and communicate with each other the right way, and you both have the same end goal in mind or
It's
want
weird
in
to
mind.
be in a healthy relationship, right?
God,
Because you don't know any better.
amazing. Oh my
And you
God.
presume where you've been is at least somewhat healthy.
Sure.
Until you look back and you're like, oh,
Oh,
no wonder.
yeah. No, like we talk about the deep.
Yeah. Also, and
the
even
shit.
that is like, this is what healthy looks like for you. Because I don't want to,
Sure.
I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a bunch
yeah.
of people listening are rolling their eyes.
No,
Like,
right.
oh, yeah,
right, right,
just, they're so happy. Like, It doesn't matter. Like you're
Well, I fucking am.
right, exactly. You can project all you want. They're not gonna care.
Yeah. No, I mean, really, yeah. It is ultimately a communication piece and supporting the selfish things. When I left today, I said, thank you for supporting me on this. Not thanks for letting me go do this.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
that's not what we're fucking doing here. Like
Right.
supporting each other on the things that we love and want to do.
Yeah, well, that goes back to the space. You have to
Yeah.
not only can you hold space, but you can give space to your loved ones to grow,
Yep.
because that's critical. And it's scary because that comes where they might grow apart from you.
Apart.
But
You have
that's
to trust.
right. You have to kind of you don't control that either way. It's gonna you can either lean into it and be a part of it and understand it, or you can just let them alienate you slowly.
Sure.
And it becomes resentment.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I think even the friendships, right? And people that I don't speak to right now and whatever happened, right? Like I still hold so much love, and like if they came to me and wanted to talk to me about, like, that's just the kind of person that I am. Like, I don't.
Do you think that that's what you're saying or alluding to is true? That if somebody that you're not quote unquote talking to reached out to you, you'd actually talk to them?
Yes.
You think so?
1,000%.
1,000%?
I would absolutely. Yeah. If there was I always make time. I don't know. I always make time. I
Do
feel
you?
Like, yeah. Yeah. See, I'm not second guessing me.
There
I
you
do.
go. Yeah.
I do.
That's good.
Yeah. I mean, when somebody's like, let's hang out, I don't fucking, oh, okay. And then never do it. Like, you want to hang out with me? We need to fucking put this on the calendar right now.
Yeah. Well, right. We're
Like,
that
let's
point
do
of our
this now.
lives where
Yes,
everything's got to
like,
be scheduled.
Let's do this now, because I do have 3 kids. I have
Right.
a husband. I have 2 dogs. Like,
Yeah.
I got a full house.
That's too many dogs.
Oh,
They're so
wonderful.
annoying.
No, they're the best.
No. Mm-mm.
Oh,
This-
you got me my dog.
This is the rock I will die on. There's no way.
Well, I turned my spouse into a dog person. He was not.
I love dogs. I don't want to live with them or be around them.
These 2 are really good.
Yeah, every dog owner says that.
Yeah.
And then I walk in the
I
house
don't
and the
know.
dogs
There's some
jump
dogs
on
that are
me.
like, yeah, he's a spaz, but he's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just, my household is my priority. My kids are my priority, and they're every day. I don't know.
Yeah.
Until it's not.
Well,
Until
then-
I have to like
then what?
release and
What
send
does
them.
that look like?
And then I get to
Do
do
you-
whatever the fuck I
Do
want.
you get anxiety about that though?
Never. Mm-mm.
Of them not needing you anymore?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Do you think there was a shift somewhere where you always wanted to have kids, and you kind of were living for that, and you enjoy being, motherly and being needed, and kind of fills? We've talked about where that's emotionally come from,
Sure,
and emotionally
yeah.
filling.
Yeah.
But do you don't worry about that going away? Not necessarily going away, but like evolving to the next life cycle.
I don't think so. No.
It's easy to speculate. like,
yeah, sure.
When you come home
mean, I
and
will
there's empty house, that's different.
That will be very different.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Because I am a natural like caretaker. Like I don't know. Again, I genuinely love taking care of people.
That's what I mean. When it's gone, what do you define yourself as then?
That's why I still teach yoga.
Just the world at large. You always find somebody to baby.
Yeah, right? No, I take care of myself, right? Like
Do you
I
take
think-
care of yourself?
I do.
Do
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
What does that look like?
It depends on the day.
I'm saying it probably evolves
Sure.
constantly.
I mean, sometimes I took a fucking shower today.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes that's a big deal. I feel like there's definitely sometimes when I'm like, I'm not even fucking showering today.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I still do a regular yoga practice. I eat mostly healthy, but still making, homemade cookies.
Yeah. I think the key is nice balance, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I've learned that too with like my health coaching and the extremes that can happen, right? Like
Well, I remember when you started the health coaching.
yeah.
The first time I got healthy was with you, basically teaching me and doing that, helping me through that years ago.
Sure.
And I was really successful for a while.
Yeah.
And then the world kind of piles on.
Sure. Yep. And that comes in waves too, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
so
like,
I'm trying to create a wave now of the
there you
same
go.
thing. I still have the binder that you gave me. I still even have the literally in the kitchen, because I still use it. I have the printed out recipe for those little bites, because I still make those.
Are you serious?
They're so good, dude. I can't believe it, because you're talking,
my
this had to have been like
God.
27 or 10, 15 years ago. This is a long time ago.
Yep.
Like,
This was a while
I
ago.
don't think, maybe you had one kid. I don't even think you had kids yet.
Just barely had Zoe.
Yeah, just barely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it was like, that was the first time I was successful, and I still have those tools, and still try to kind of go with that, those
I love
things.
that.
Yeah, it was pivotal for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I haven't been as successful lately, but I'm trying to set a better foundation,
Okay.
because things, like, I do too much too fast,
Yeah.
and then it falls apart, right? So now I'm
We've
like
talked
trying
about
to
that.
be very grounded and like,
Yeah.
all right, if I build a strong enough foundation, I'll fall to that, not bottom, and that makes more sense.
I talk a lot about foundation in yoga.
Yeah. It's important.
Starting with your feet.
Yeah.
Your fucking feet.
Right. Feet's important. Even the Muladhara, the first of the major chakras.
Yeah.
Gotta.
Oh my gosh. This is the next episode, right? Where we get into like yoga.
I would love to do a deep dive of those things.
You are the person that introduced me to Bhante.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, we had,
We were all, there's a handful of us back then that were kind of on a similar path. Like, I think people are always shocked to know that I know what I know, because I don't look like a practitioner at this point. But I'm actually very well versed in all of it.
Absolutely. We had a lot of conversations.
Yeah,
All sorts of stuff like that. So
that's right.
yeah.
Once upon a time,
Yeah.
we were friends.
Aww. I feel like we still are, otherwise I wouldn't be here.
Maybe I brought you here just to make you feel bad.
Oh, shit. Well, let's get something on the calendar.
Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like we've covered everything at this point. What did we miss?
I don't know.
We didn't do it chronologically, but
No, we were kind of all over the
We
place, but filled in the pieces.
yeah, I feel like we did.
Yeah.
When did you guys reconnect then? You and your current husband.
He was on a visit. Like,
I say, because he was out. Like you said, he didn't live here.
He didn't live here.
He's out
No,
doing-
he lived out of the state.
Yeah, doing some pretty cool shit actually.
Totally.
Across
this-
the country.
This guy, jeez, fucking live in Hawaii, Colorado,
I still can't believe he ended
Scotland.
up back here.
He loves it here.
How often do you think you have to tell himself that? Because it's
Never.
not. It sucks here.
No, never.
I think he loves it
Never.
here in the sense of you and his family.
It's his home
Yeah,
base,
yeah.
you know.
That's true. No matter where you go,
Yep,
this is home.
it's his home. Yeah. So I think he was elated to come back home
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah. So, I mean, he has lived a lot of very, very unique, amazing places,
Yeah.
and he's done a lot of stuff in the 14 years that I was married.
Yeah.
And he certainly had his own relationships and that kind of thing. You know, I did not anticipate this. I really didn't.
I don't think it was. That's, I think, one of the most amazing parts is like, this isn't. It's happened so organically.
Yep.
And like, where probably nobody was prepared.
Definitely.
Like there might have been a inkling in the back of your head, a what if, but like
Sure.
you were at a point where like it's literally a what if,
Yes.
and never going to be explored.
It was definitely not a premeditated.
Did you ever have that thought of the one that got away?
Sure.
Yeah, a little bit.
Sure. Yeah. You know, like once we saw each other and like talked for the first time,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you changed.
But it wasn't
Like,
an option.
oh,
Like it
okay.
wasn't a thought, but it was like,
Yeah.
huh.
I'm like, But then, I mean, all of his travels, and he was doing so many amazing things that I was like, I want kids. He doesn't want that lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like, we're just, yeah.
Well, it's amazing how though the right person makes you reevaluate those things.
Sure.
Like I've never had kids. I've never wanted kids, but that's something that happened later. Because I dated the same girl like from 14 to 20.
Okay.
Like all through high school, through most of junior high, and like I guess it was actually 13.
Wow.
Like so, but
were
like
together
when you're
for a
doing
while.
that, you're like, the plan is, oh, we'll get married at 22, we'll have kids at 25, like basically
Yeah.
what you did.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the same idea though, because you're in that comfort zone, and that's kind of what society dictates.
Yeah.
And it's easy to fall into that, but then like reality hits too, and it's like, okay, this is, you know, and your kids. So then hopefully you have that. Oh, this doesn't feel the same all of a sudden, you know. And that particular relationship, she became a born again Christian, which is I cannot. At that time, I was really a dick about it, but like I can't be with somebody that's to anything.
Sure.
Like there's just too many options in the world.
Yep.
I can't just tie. I can't
To
understand tying your brain to one of anything.
One extreme.
Yeah, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
Like, so that's was just too much, and you know, you just grow apart. Also, she went away to college,
Yeah.
and you know, in retrospect, you can be like, oh, could have done this, and this differently. But like again, it goes the way it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh, I can't imagine having kids. Like I haven't had any horrible relationships, and I'm close with all my exes. Like I'm
Yeah.
friends with them all. But I've never been in a relationship where I'm like, oh, I could see myself having kids with this person.
Okay.
And I think that that's crazy. Like, because you've always wanted kids, and you just, like, your focus was kids.
Right.
Was there ever a point where you're like, should I be having kids with this person? Right? Because that's weirdly, that's a secondary idea that nobody really thinks of.
Yeah, you
until
don't
it's too
consider.
late.
You just like kind of assume, well, I'm with this person, so I guess I'm having kids with them too, right?
And it's so disposable in our society, the idea of having kids. Like, I know that's a weird way to word it, but it's such an afterthought. It's just, let's make children. Like, sex is awesome. Cool.
Sure.
And sometimes this thing happens. Whatever.
Yeah.
But we're so cavalier about it. And then later you learn, like, oh, my partner was actually a sack of shit, or not the best idea.
Sure.
Like, it's crazy. And I don't know if you know this, you do for sure, but when you have a baby, they just let you have it. They don't ask any questions.
Nope.
They don't make sure you can handle it.
I know.
They just give it to you.
No, I mean, you fucking have a baby and they're like, okay, bye.
Yeah. They don't make sure you can actually raise it or pay for it or take care of it.
I'm pretty sure after like all major surgeries, they give you instructions on how to like care for yourself
Right.
and like what you should do.
Here's how to
and
not die.
Nope,
Not even a pamphlet. Like,
you
here,
get
don't
no
kill
manual.
your baby.
Nothing.
Ridiculous.
Nothing. It's crazy. It's wild.
It is wild. But that's also overwhelming and scary.
Yes, I could see that.
Yeah. Because now that I'm older too, I can recognize the fact of, in a different circumstance, I probably would have had kids.
Sure.
You know, and I'm not afraid to date somebody with kids. Like, it doesn't. I've done it before. Like,
Yeah.
Even then though, I feel like I was not on purpose, but I feel like I was emotionally unavailable because I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Especially the circumstance, like I said earlier, is unfortunate and uncomfortable, and you don't really know what to do, because now it's not like I'm never gonna be dad. I don't
Right.
want to be dad. Like,
Right.
I get it.
Right.
You know, you've already got that. So how do you fit in here? How do you emotionally love this child? Because of course I love her mom and her daughter.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But how does that? What does that look like? And that's where it gets different for me, especially too because of the way I was raised. Like, how does that?
Yeah.
Like, what's okay, what's not okay, what makes sense, and stuff like that. Like,
Sure.
it's a lot that I couldn't handle at the time. I didn't realize I couldn't handle it. Like, obviously I was present and I was there, but like, I feel like I was so conflicted mentally that I didn't know. And I'm just now kind of exploring that years and years later where I'm like, damn, dude, like now I feel like I can handle it, or at least I can talk to my partner enough to be like, what makes sense, you know, and things like that.
Gosh, yeah, there was definitely a lot of conversations.
It's a tough thing. Like, I think that is easily to overlook. Like you were just saying with, you know, him coming in and here's two kids already. They already probably hate you.
Yeah.
Like that's.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, you know, my kids were a little bit younger. Well, my oldest was 8. She was 8.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, he lived in another state too. So it wasn't like, bam, every day, all day now.
Right.
We're together. Like,
it's like a gradual.
there was a
build.
gradual space.
Yeah.
Piece there.
That's probably helpful.
Oh my gosh, it was very helpful. And then when he did move here, he was still traveling every other week.
Yeah.
So that when we all moved in together was a really nice transition piece for us all too. For him too. Like,
right.
You went from being a bachelor, no kids, and now you got 2 kids and I'm pregnant.
Right. Well, yeah, I feel less bad. Honestly, I don't feel anything for you and him in that sense because you guys are making that decision.
Yeah, right.
It's the
Totally.
kids are
the kids.
forced to kind of deal with this.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, and they'll get to where they need to be or where they decide they're going to be, but it's a lot to take in at once.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys ended up pregnant immediately?
You pretty much. Like, he moved back and then I got pregnant.
Yeah, and you said that wasn't planned?
No.
Say
Definitely
that,
not.
but like...
I mean, okay, let's be honest. We all know how a baby happens.
At this point, the only thing I know for a fact out of this conversation is that you've had sex 3 times.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's the only thing we know for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't like, oh shit, how did that happen?
Right. Yeah.
But
you
I certainly
actively,
was.
like before, you said you were going through and learning about all the processes.
For sure.
And,
this was like,
oh,
okay.
I guess this happened.
Yeah, this adds a piece to it.
I definitely think, like, even if it's not planned, this is a certain level of arrogance because you know what goes into it.
Yeah.
And what the end result is. Like, it's so easy to not have
really
a baby.
trying to get me to admit I'm arrogant, aren't you?
Oh, that's now that's why I brought you here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, having another child on top of that was, another thrown in dynamic piece.
It almost feels like it could almost be something to kind of help bring everything together.
Definitely.
In a sense, right? Like,
for sure.
Obviously, anything is however you want to look at it, and there's a million judgmental eyes on the outside looking in.
Of course.
Like you're not going to stop that.
It's fine.
Even if it's not that, it's going to be something else. Like
Right.
even to this day, it's whatever they've decided they want to be pissed at you about.
Of course.
Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But at that time, I feel like it's like it had almost kind of be like, oh, we are a little family. This is kind of, we're in this now.
Yep. We are all in this, and Remy and Zoe. I'm gonna say their names. It's fine.
That is.
That's fine. But Remy and Zoe are close in a special sense, obviously, because they have the same dad.
Sure.
They go to dad's every other week. I mean, we actually have a very fluid schedule, and they live in the same town as us, and I mean. Yeah, we're very fluid.
But it's even got to be somewhat understandable because you have your brother and stepbrother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, like, it's something that they've seen.
Totally.
Yep.
And then Remy and Emerald are close in age.
Right.
So that automatically makes them close just because they're now growing up in that space together.
How old are they?
6 and 9.
That's all right.
Yep.
So there's still
6, 9, and then so he'll be 16 in November.
Does it make you crazy that she's gonna be driving soon?
I was a little nervous at first, but she's doing once she turns 16, she gets her license because
She's already
she already went through driver's.
Nice.
Yes,
That's awesome.
She is such a cool kid.
Yeah.
She's such a cool kid. All my kids are really cool. I'm bragging about her because she's obviously the oldest, and she just smart and kind and genuine and just true to herself, even when it's a little bit scary. She doesn't hide. She doesn't necessarily try to blend in with the trend.
Sure.
Obviously, at some point you kind of still get into that.
Right. Yeah.
But she's also very okay with being quirky and liking things outside of the box.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. She never stood a chance. You're hilariously quirky.
this is true. So, and she's, I mean, we have a really cool relationship, and obviously I'm mom first, and
Sure.
but
there's a transition when they get older, right?
Like, yeah, absolutely.
It's like you're still always mom. My mom is still mom.
Yep. Yeah.
But also we can have real conversations.
Yep.
Well, not my mom because she's insane, but like other moms, I'm sure you can have
probably
a
insane.
Conversation. But like,
yeah,
as they get older, because you also want to feel like a safe place where you
Definitely.
can talk about anything.
Yep.
And not just wear the mom hat the whole time.
Exactly.
And that's a really, to me, that's a fun line to walk. When you can actually make that safe place and they believe you and will talk to you about these bigger, heavier things.
Totally.
That normally they'd be like, oh, I can't talk to mom about this.
Yes.
They're like, no, I need you to, like, and you should, and I'll be able to handle it also objectively.
Yes.
Like I can
Not
put the
judge.
mom idea on the back burner.
Yep.
Because the biggest thing is always safety. Is when the mom hat comes on, right?
Definitely.
I have to keep you safe first.
Yep.
But aside from that,
Right.
like you can talk to me.
Let me hear you.
Whatever you need.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
tell me what you even need from me. Like I got you.
That's what kids want.
Right.
They just want to be heard and seen. Right.
I think that's the hardest thing because I feel like that's one of the things I've struggled in relationships too. Is it goes back to me saying things and just blurting things out. Mm-hmm. I don't need things to be fixed or actions to be taken. I sometimes just need to be heard.
Yep.
Like, hey, I'm feeling this way. I don't need you to do anything about it. You didn't do anything wrong even.
Right.
But I'm feeling this way about what just happened.
Sure.
And I just need you to acknowledge that exists.
Right.
And I'm good with that. Like, honestly, I'm not harboring anything or hiding anything. I honestly just need you to hear that it provoked this in me and I can move forward.
So hard for people, right?
Yeah, because I feel like that starts in those years.
They want to defensively then, like,
All right.
come at, yeah.
It's rare for that to be kind of like acted upon correctly when you're a teenager.
Definitely.
Because adults kind of, not even just parents, adults in general that you have to deal with, grind that out of you because they don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Because their job is to dictate to you.
Yeah, I know better.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And that goes back to the forgetting what it's like as you get older. And that's one of the things that I've managed to keep in my brain is like, no, I know what it's like to be this person.
Totally.
Like, I know what it's like to remember adults are full of shit.
Yeah.
And not to just
I
hang
think
on
there's
to
an
every word.
empathetic piece too.
Absolutely,
to
yeah.
it.
Empathy goes a long way.
If you can put yourself in, not put yourself in someone's shoes, but at least gather the emotion that they might be feeling over a situation, then
yeah, that's you, and that's the thing is you don't necessarily have to put yourself in somebody's shoes to understand their journey.
Right.
And a lot of times they don't need you or want you to understand their journey because they wouldn't wish it on anybody.
Of course.
But you can be empathetic and just listen to the way they're talking.
Yeah.
Like those little subtleties too. Like when you can look in somebody's face and you can see the way their eyes twitch or the way they look away at certain parts, the way their lips start quivering and their chin. Like, okay, this is serious. Like I should definitely handle this with care. Because if you don't notice those things, they start locking up.
Sure.
And that's really critical in those teenage years because they're going to lock up forever.
Yep.
So if you can kind of be aware of that, then they'll start looking for those people that give them that space.
That's for sure. Oh my gosh. I can only hope and wish that for my kids.
Yeah.
You know, like some of the conversations that I have, and again, no fault to my parents, and it was a different time, and we didn't talk about whatever the case, right? I just feel like some of the conversations that my daughter and I are having, I definitely would never go to my mom for.
Right.
Oh my gosh, no. You know,
I think that's how you know you're on the right track.
Yeah. I hope so.
Yeah.
I love you, Mom.
Yeah. But see, it's crazy to me that even the thought of it has to create any kind of negative connotation for the past. Reality was what it was back then.
Yep.
I don't think anybody, like, there's definitely, I'm sure, instances of that being malicious and on purpose and avoidant.
Yeah.
But I don't even in growing up in an abusive relationship, I don't feel like I was not allowed. It just didn't come up, and in the environment, it didn't cross my brain to even bother. You know what I mean? Like, so there's no point in dwelling on it because it just wasn't an option. And now to be able to recognize and be like, oh, okay, this, because firstly, it makes sense to me. Like, what you do makes sense to you. And I think that it just so happens that the children respond to it. In 20 years, it might look way different.
Sure.
I can't wait till in 20 years when the kids today are like, my fucking parents.
Oh my God. I can't wait to hear
like,
about the trauma I
am
giving my kids right now.
Yeah, because they're going to, for sure it happens. They're going to be like, oh, it was so traumatic. She loved me so much. It was weird. Like, that's what's going to happen. Because there's definitely people that I'm like, you care about your kids too much. It's weird.
So 2 days ago, we are all in the kitchen, the 5 of us.
Yeah.
And my kids know that my parents were divorced, and, you know, my husband's, his parents were divorced growing up too. So like, they know I have a stepdad, and now my 2 oldest have a stepdad. And my... Out of the blue, this is great. Emerald, bless her heart. She says, I want a stepdad. And we all look at each other like, I don't think you do necessarily.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, but I also have to be like very choice with my words to not make my 2 older ones feel bad, you know, that like, so, and they were part of the conversation, and they were laughing, you know, she's 6, so she just doesn't know. It was a very, very funny moment though. We were just like,
it's funny when you get into those moments too as a parent that are objectively so funny, but you have to take them very seriously.
Yes.
Because it is important that all 3 of them understand in a different way.
Right.
But it's also like, this is absurd.
Yeah. Right. And my oldest, she like tried to explain it to her. She was like, that means Mom and Dad won't be together, you know? And she's like, well, right. I don't know if I want that. I don't know.
That goes back to what we talked about earlier too, when it's like, when we were coming up, it was still a little taboo. Totally. But now it's so common that kids are like, can't wait to get a stepdad. Fit in with everybody.
Oh my gosh. She's funny like that though.
Yeah, that is hilarious.
It was a cute moment, but it's real. It was like a real thought for her, and like, it's a funny moment, but yeah, you're right. We all had to like, okay, let's think about this. And
I like those moments that stop you, where you're like, because it's very lighthearted and it's fun. Yeah. But like, but also how do we answer this?
Yeah. Yes. Without making our other 2 feel bad, and you know. Like,
that's fantastic.
She's funny.
Those are the kind of problems that I like to have.
Like, yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I think we've come to the end.
Yeah.
What do you suppose is next for you in the family?
Disney. No.
Like, really?
We were just talking about that.
Yeah.
Going to Disney.
You guys go on family vacations?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We love traveling together. We do a lot of like national parks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of our thing. Big kids are going to Mexico with their dad.
Yeah.
In November, and
you know what we didn't talk about? When did you guys get married? Like, what was that conversation like? Because you're already together.
Sure.
Like, was it did you
Oh.
feel like you needed to get married, or was it like an obligation, or you were just like, was the question just sprouted upon you?
Yeah, it was just we eloped.
Really? That's
very
my
quickly.
favorite.
Yeah, real
Yeah.
quickly. It
Yeah.
was before the baby.
So
So.
a nice shotgun wedding.
Yeah. Yeah. I wore a black dress.
Yeah.
No, on purpose. And we went to Seattle.
Eloped to Seattle?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. In
I've
the
always wanted to
snow.
elope.
Oh my gosh. It snowed like 2 feet of snow
Yeah.
right before we were supposed to get married outside. And
Yeah.
thankfully I had a black dress. I chose a black dress and it looked fucking awesome.
That is
It was awesome.
You guys
but
go by
yeah,
yourselves?
it was
Just you two?
us and just a few close friends.
Okay.
We had like,
Witnesses?
yes, I had 2 of my close friends and their partners there. And then he had his close friend and their partner. And it was very, small,
was very,
close. It was, it was small, close, and just us. But I would absolutely love to. I mean, our intentions were to like elope and then have like a celebration with everybody,
Sure.
and expenses and the baby, and
Yeah.
I mean,
You can
he
just have
he
people-
thought we were gonna do all sorts of things,
You
and
guys
then I
can
was
just have
like,
people at the house.
actually, babies are
Yeah.
a lot of work,
There's
honey.
so much money.
Yeah,
Too.
oh my gosh, he joked about when the baby just starts crying, I'll just put headphones on, like, and then he felt so bad when the baby was crying. There's so many things that you're like, I'm gonna do this when I have a kid,
Yeah.
and then you have the kid, and you're like, ah.
Yeah. I like how nice you are that when he even said that, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. It's fine. Try.
Yeah, that'll work perfect.
Try.
bud.
It'll go great. Yeah. And there had to be a lot of grace period for me to let him figure it out, right? Like I had already done it 2 times.
Sure.
So
Also, you're maternal in general,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm sure it looks different child to child, at least
Yeah.
like subtly.
definitely.
And things like that, like you learn from the oldest.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, don't do this time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but by the time the third one comes around, yeah, it's got to be. Also, I think it's easy to misunderstand that, like, it's your third kid, but it still is just as amazing as the first
Oh
time.
my gosh,
Because
absolutely.
it's so different.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's in a sense zoomed out. Having a baby is this one process, and you do these things. But when you're zoomed in, there's so much nuance to it, and these little moments that are like very special, and you'll be able to remember your whole life that are shared with everybody. Like,
Right.
So it's not like I feel like it's easy to write that off and be like, oh, it was her third baby. Who cares? Like, no,
Oh, no.
you're missing so much.
Absolutely.
Like that, it's weird to say that.
Gosh, yes. And this one, I talked him into a home birth.
Really,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Poor guy.
Poor
I mean,
guy.
it was wonderful and amazing and
Yeah.
magical.
Why do
but
you
like,
say poor guy?
I say poor guy because
It's
like
more pain
he
in the
didn't
ass,
know,
like,
like
See, to me, I'd be
I-
like, that sounds way better. Like,
Sure.
I understand, like, again, weird take, but like, oh, we're having a baby. Let's go to where all the sick people are.
yeah, I
and
know.
where people go to die.
It's weird.
And bring in this new life and
Yep.
try to have something positive happen.
Yep.
And that's not a dig on hospitals. Hospitals are amazing. They're
Sure.
important.
Yeah, of course
But
they
that's
are.
what they're for, is
Yep.
to help sick people.
Yeah.
And this baby is not a sickness.
Right.
I guess it depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
It's definitely a symptom of something. But
Yeah. I just say poor guy. Like I feel like I talked him in. He was all for it though.
Yeah.
I didn't talk him into it.
You just like to take the
He
blame
just
for anything
trusted.
you
Yeah.
can.
Right. Yeah. He trusted it, and
Yeah.
we had a midwife, and
Did you do it in the tub at home or just?
I had a tub in the bedroom.
Yeah.
But I ended
Okay.
up just
Not using
on the
it.
side of the bed.
I think it's amazing. I don't know if you listen to my friend Sarah. You remember Sarah Starnes?
Yes.
I did an episode with Sarah, and because they have an amazing property out in Washington.
Oh my gosh.
And she got to have her baby like in the creek out back.
She did.
And it was like, or by a tree, maybe not in the creek, but like by
about
this
right.
tree. Yeah, it's amazing though. Like, it's really
I love
cool.
it. Yeah, and that was, I will say, that was the most natural birth. Like I felt.
What was different about that? Like, even when you had your other two were hospital births, did you have an epidural for both?
I had an epidural with my first.
And not your second?
Not the
and
second.
And then nothing with your third?
Right.
So like those are three very different experiences.
Yeah, I had a water birth with the second. So the first one was like very medical, very
standard.
Yeah, totally. Epidural and everything. You know, you've been pushing for 2 hours. We're gonna have to put you in the OR if you don't get her out soon.
You didn't get
have
a
a
zipper?
C-section. No, I did
natural
not.
births?
Yeah, yeah, right.
I installed a zipper when it came out of my mom. So my sister came in to just open it up.
Open it up. No problem. Yeah, if only. So yeah, and then the second one, I just decided I had already, by that point I had started the natural path, I guess, eating better, doing yoga and all that kind of stuff. So when
we are on this new agey path.
Yeah, totally. Yes, exactly. I was on the hip-ish. Yeah. I'm not hippie, but so then I didn't want to do an epidural, didn't want to have any medical. So I didn't. I labored at home as much as I could, and then we went into the hospital and I had him in the tub at the hospital.
I've heard that a water birth is the best.
Wonderful.
So I don't know shit about anything, and I get so much wrong on the show that it's embarrassing. It's true. But I feel like it makes the most sense too, especially coming from like the womb into it's something more natural. It's not such like, whoa, here's the world.
Right.
Like I feel like the baby doesn't even respond yet outside of the womb because it still feels like it's in the water, is very similar, and then you slowly kind of transition it into life.
Definitely.
That's crazy.
It's very cool.
Yeah, it is cool. I don't want to see the process, though. I'll bet it's beautiful and amazing in its own right.
Sure.
But it also sounds terrifying.
Yeah. And then the third one, I was in the tub for a little bit, but I wasn't progressing and blah, blah, blah. We can go over a whole birth story. But essentially I was just standing next to the bed and
just standing there and
I stood up because I was laying down and I just had this moment where I was like, she's coming. I just knew. And I stood up and I yell, she's fucking coming. and he pushed the doula out of the way and not pushed her really, but and caught her.
Wow.
Coming out of me. That's
crazy.
Insane. It was insane.
I feel like there's so many things to feel.
Whoa. Yeah. It was intense after 8 hours,
That's a long time.
Yeah. So
that's crazy. That's exciting though. Like,
it was.
Those are the kind of things too. Like once you share things like that, like that's why I always too. I'm like, it makes me sad when people can't get along after a relationship has run its course. Mm-hmm. Like it's weird to, you were joking about how you're gonna cry this episode, and when you think about certain things, you can because it's not even a sad thing. It's just it's an overwhelming emotional thing.
Definitely.
In general. Yeah. But like when you share these moments with so many different people and then that relationship just evolves or they're gone for various reasons, outside of your control and stuff, like to have any ill will towards that is weird to me. Mm-hmm. Like it's just punishing yourself really, like because they're not there to receive this negativity. You're holding on to it. And it's insane that you would want to do that to yourself. And I suppose that's where the ego comes into of I shared these things with you and it quote unquote failed still. So now I have to look at those as negative things. And I'm like, that's not true at all. That's a decision you can make.
Yeah.
But like, why would you? These are still incredible, like life defining, beautiful moments that you were with who you were with at that time. And then life evolved. Like they're like, it's like a gift of anything else.
Yeah, I really will say that whole year that I was going through all of those things, I kind of adopt at the beginning of a year. I adopt like a word, for the year,
Right.
and oddly, that year was gratitude.
Yeah.
Which is wild, right? Because like you're going through all of this shit. But if I didn't have the attitude of gratitude, I was so thankful for our relationship, so thankful for our 2 kids, where I've been at, so thankful for, my parents, even if it wasn't like ideal in my head, I still was really thankful for what they did provide for me.
Right.
And, like,
I think that there's something to that though. Like, we've crossed into the weeds here and there, like, and not to sound too woo woo, but there's definitely something to sitting in a place of genuine gratitude, because as people, we look at what we don't have and what's missing.
Sure.
And that's society dictates that, and that's what literally commercialization is built on.
But we call it brainwashing for the kids.
That's right. That's what it is.
Brainwashed.
Yeah. But when you can sit and have that genuine gratitude of where you're at and what you do have, like,
sure,
it opens you up even to so much more to receive.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is part of gratitude is being open to receive as well. And like, it's such a shift. And like we said earlier about other things, you can't teach that to somebody. You can give them the tools, but you have to get to that place.
You have to practice it.
If you're interested, and anybody can do it. It's not
totally.
There's not a secret to it. I don't mean like I can't teach you because it's unteachable. What I mean is like you have to
do it,
and you have to be ready to be there.
Yeah.
And it's more of a state of mind, but I would definitely encourage people to explore that option.
Oh my gosh.
Like, having that genuine gratitude changes your life.
For real.
Yeah.
I mean, gratitude will absolutely change your life. And like the view, I mean, even something as small as, like I said, well, I was staying with my parents for a little while, during the transition and the divorce and everything. And I hated it. I hated it. Well, it was awful.
And you left early on purpose.
Yeah, right. And then, here I am back having to deal with this person that I don't want to live with, and then I have my 2 kids and I'm like super anxious. They're going to fuck something up in the house or, and I'm going to get in trouble.
It's tough. I think another thing that people overlook, because in this day and age, it's not uncommon to end up back home for periods or long periods of time.
Sure.
But when you have kids, now you're introducing 2 new adults with ideas of how to raise kids that are gonna say words to your kids and have opinions.
Yeah.
And that is really, really tough. And that is a tightrope to walk, because you don't want to be disrespectful because you're in their space.
Right.
You also don't want them to be dickheads to your kids.
Yep.
Like,
or influence them in the way that
that is
don't
not in
love.
line. Exactly. Like, it's hopefully you can come to a place of, hey, we need to talk about this because we all have the best interest of the kids in mind.
Right.
But what you're doing is not okay.
Yeah. And that's, let me do it. Right. Yeah. But I mean, like, it wasn't an ideal situation at all. I mean, the whole thing,
right.
The whole thing isn't.
Yeah. But even that leads to, as you were saying, it leads to gratitude.
Yes, absolutely. Because then, the bed that I had to sleep on at my parents' was just shitty. It was squeaky. It was terrible, uncomfortable. And I'm like, God, I hate this fucking. And as soon as I was like saying it, I was like, I'm so grateful for this bed.
Right. That's
I'm
the thing.
So grateful for this bed because I have one to sleep in right now.
There's I was reading this thing online too, where it's like, a big shift in your psyche is, I'm big on language. Words are very important. And it's as simple as like, is changing I have to I get to.
Totally.
And that is something that was really, if you're struggling with this is a huge piece of it, is changing the language of like, it's something as dumb as I hate paying, or I have to pay this rent. I hate paying this rent. I get to pay the rent, so I get to have a roof over my head.
Totally.
That's a whole different.
Oh my God.
Those are 2 very different ideas.
It sounds so simple, right? It sounds so simple.
Yeah. But it's what you're putting out. That's the difference between putting out, projecting positivity and projecting negativity.
Yep.
You know, because most things are neutral. We're assigning our feelings to everything constantly. It's like, do you want to have a good time? You want to have a bad time? That's up to you.
Right. Yeah.
So
choosing.
language is very important.
Yeah.
I am a big supporter of that.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, even with eating a certain way, I've had people like, "Oh, you don't eat that." Well, I'm choosing not to.
Right. I always hated. I cringed anytime I've ever have to been like in the past to say I'm on a diet.
Yeah.
It's like I'm on a diet. Like I just am not eating certain things. I'm trying to eat less. Certain things I'm trying to eat more of.
Totally.
Like, I understand that in the wide scope, that's what diet means. But we've kind of commercialized it into this shitty, stupid kind of idea.
Totally.
That everybody like. There's millions of diets out there.
Diet is what you eat.
Right.
Like,
I'm glad what
honest.
works for you works for you.
Yes.
Like it's not.
Yep.
Every body is different.
Yep. I have said that many times.
It's important, like especially when you're doing the health coaching and stuff. Like it's critical because maybe paleo is right for you, maybe Atkins is right for you, maybe NSNG is right for you, but every body is going to react differently
Depends
and
on
needs different things at different levels. That's important. I think that's one of the things I've struggled with is everybody wants, well, not just me, everybody wants a simple fix.
Sure.
And that doesn't really exist because you have to be in tune with what you need.
Yep.
And finding that part out is the pain in the ass.
That and consistency.
Consistency is tough, yeah.
Really is consistent.
That's one of the things that I struggle with now is like when it's, somebody's like, hey, I'm going to go, you want to get dessert? And I'm like, can't do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, what do you mean? Like, you just have, I'm like, no, I can't do just one. I can't just have that.
Sure.
At least not in this stage.
Not right now.
Next year might be different, but right now I can't do that.
Right. Yeah.
And
like you get that taste, it sends it to your brain and you're like,
because your brain's like, this is awesome. Why don't we do this all the time?
More.
Yeah. That's where that's why I've always I've successfully stayed away from drugs. I feel like it's a similar trigger of like, this feels good. Why don't we do this all the time?
Yep.
And then I'd be dead.
Well, I mean, I'll smoke weed.
Yeah, but that's different. Like, I'm sure heroin's awesome,
Right.
but like, I don't want to find out.
I don't know. I tried a couple of things back in the day, and I'm like, no, thank you. Like,
well,
this is not for me.
Yeah, really.
Yes.
The
Like,
whole dark side.
No, hard drugs, not for
Yeah.
not for me.
That's the
like,
PSA we've been looking for.
I tried it and I was like, I am surely going to die right now.
Really?
Yes.
Did you feel that way immediately?
Yes. Oh, yes. I hated it. Yeah.
It's crazy. Well, so I like that though, in the sense of you're literally just getting caught up because it's designed to grab you.
Yeah.
Not because it's necessarily awesome.
Sure.
This whole time I've been terrified it's awesome.
See? No, it's not. Well, there's some people that think it's fucking awesome.
Well, yeah. Well, it depends,
think
I'm
it's
sure, where you're
terrible.
at in life also. But like, I don't even like being drunk or anything like that anyways.
No, I don't really drink anymore.
Yeah, like I had fun a long time ago. It was fun in certain situations, but now I'm like, I don't want to.
Yeah. Plus, we've got this saying at home, like, okay, first think about the worst thing you did when you were smoking weed. I'm like, okay, probably not a whole lot. Now think about the worst thing you did while you were drinking.
Sure.
Now you're like, oh.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just nope. I can get reeled into that, I guess. So I just don't. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, grabs you a different way, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And I already have I never was a casual drinker. The whole point. I never had a problem with it either, but the whole point of drinking was like, let's go out and do something. Let's like have a wild time.
Yeah.
It was never like, oh, we're just sitting having a beer.
Right.
Just relaxing.
See, I can have like a glass of wine.
Yeah, and that's to me. There's no point to just sitting and having a casual thing.
Yeah.
Like if we're going out, we'll make a scene, and
Sure.
that'll be fun.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I only drink water. It's probably the only thing that keeps me alive. It's because I drink so much water.
That's good. Yeah. Now I pour, kombucha into a wine glass.
Do people still drink kombucha?
Hell yeah.
Do you ever make your own kombucha?
I have, but
It's a pain in the butt, right?
it's something you have to maintain, like
Yeah.
sourdough, like my starter.
Yeah.
You gotta take care of it, like kids.
That's the thing is like I don't like responsibility, and
Yeah.
so many things require so much responsibility and
Responsibility.
commitment. It's like, oh my god.
Damn it.
Yeah. It's like even now I'm supposed to be tracking my food.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking a retatrutide, which is a GLP-1 type
Okay.
thing,
Okay.
which I'm supposed to be tracking my food
Mm-hmm.
because you have to get X amount of protein and X amount
Yep.
of fiber
Yep.
and stuff for whatever dosage you're on. Because otherwise it's going to start eating your muscle mass
Yes.
and not just what you're wanting it to do.
Muscle mass and bone density. too.
Yeah. So, and I'm like, I hate monitoring my food intake so much and I'm like, it'll probably be fine. And my friend that's like explaining it to me is like, no, this is important. You have to follow this or it's going to be bad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ugh.
Responsibility.
Don't wanna. It's already been a huge enough pain in the ass to have to inject myself
Sure.
I hate needles.
Oh.
And I'm like, doing this once a week is as committed as I want to get.
Now you got to do the full commitment.
Yeah, now I've got homework every single time I eat.
You just got to figure out a way to streamline it so it
Yeah.
doesn't feel like such a task.
So I
right?
got to figure out just
Yeah.
one meal that I can eat every day that'll just cover
that you already
everything.
know.
Yeah, exactly. I like, grilled chicken goes a long way.
I was just going to say this
Yeah.
is why people stick to like a specific just meal or
Yeah.
certain meals, because they
Yeah.
know what's in it. They know how many carbs, fiber, protein is. I just
Yeah.
can't. I
Yeah.
like food too much that I just love all of the food. And
Yeah.
if I have to eat chicken, broccoli, and rice every single day, I will put my head through the wall.
Yeah, so I'm lucky. I love chicken, and I've become married to the crock pot at my house.
There we go.
So where,
I'm
like,
so proud of you. This is wonderful.
on Sundays or Mondays, I'll usually crock pot something, and whatever. If it calls for pasta or rice, I quinoa instead, because I do love
Very
quinoa.
cool.
But I have a hard time with fiber
Okay.
because fiber doesn't really. I don't eat a lot of vegetables
Uh-huh.
because a lot of them are gross. but I like it becomes tough because like, I can buy. I don't eat a lot of bread normally, but I can get fiber enriched bread, which is great, and I can
Sure.
get a decent amount there. But then I'm also quadrupling my carbs
Yeah,
for the.
you're missing out
It's
on.
tough. Like,
Yeah, we can
I
share
can- I should
recipes
prob-
later.
I'm gonna have to end up eating celery, and I'm so mad about it.
So good.
No, no, it's not.
God, everybody hates celery except for me. I don't know what that is.
Just when you bite into raw celery, it feels more alive than anything ever.
So
It's just awkward. My sister watches so many cooking shows, and I really like the phrase mouthfeel. Just the mouthfeel of celery is so gross,
Ugh, ugh,
and the taste. I mean, it's
so funny. Give me peanut butter.
yeah. I mean, I trust peanut butter,
There you go.
but like I've never eaten a cucumber.
What?
Yeah,
I was gonna bring you one.
a cucumber.
But I wasn't sure if you would eat any of the
I-
vegetables I brought you because I have a garden.
That's hilarious. I've never had a cucumber. I feel like they're disgusting. They smell disgusting. But I love pickles, so I love the potential of cucumber.
Okay, all right. They're
But-
also a fruit, not a vegetable.
Oh, because of the seeds. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. They're still a gross fruit.
That's so funny. See, you'll just have to have me back and we'll talk about food and
We do an episode
all
just
that
on the
kind of
health
stuff.
coaching. That would be interesting, actually. But we're definitely off the rails here.
Yep.
I think we've covered your life.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah?
we have.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I don't think we've left anything out.
Nope. No.
I think we've come to the end. We're all
Where-
caught up.
Where I'm at now.
Yeah.
I'm alive and well.
Flourishing, it feels like.
I'm thriving.
Thriving. Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. That's
Yeah.
good.
For sure. And I'm still teaching yoga.
Are you?
Yeah.
Where at?
Well, I teach at the library for old folks, for
That's
seniors,
awesome.
which I absolutely love. So
Yeah.
I do chair yoga once a week there. I also teach a senior healthy cooking class once a month there,
Oh, nice.
which is
Which
awesome.
library?
The Yorkville Library.
Nice.
Yeah. Really great group. I have a yoga studio space at the house.
Yeah.
So it fits like, you know, I do one-on-ones. I have
Right.
like private clients come, or I'll have like, I can fit 2 people in
Sure.
there at a time.
Yeah. What does that look like though? Like, what does something like that cost to do? Because private lessons is different than going to a class.
Sure. Well, if somebody wanted to do one-on-one with me, we usually spend 60 to 75 minutes together, and I
Sure.
charge $60.
So, a
So,
dollar.
yeah,
a minute.
$1 a minute.
That's-
Essentially like a massage, you know,
Yeah.
like I feel like I just make you work a little bit instead of just lay there.
Yeah.
But my intentions
are
are not necessarily for someone to learn from me forever. Like my
Yeah.
intentions are to give people the tools to be able to continue a practice throughout their daily life.
Right.
Like 10 minutes is
Yeah.
10 minutes a day is way better than 60 minutes once a week at a studio.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah. A nice little sun salutation
Totally.
is definitely
Absolutely.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's awesome because it's also different than what you're going to get going to a class. Like,
Definitely.
you know, the goal obviously is like anything is to make money. You just happen to be doing something that you love and want to
Yeah.
share also.
Yep.
And that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
But like, that's similar to like with the life coaching where I'm like, the goal is to not have you here.
Right. Right.
The goal is to
Essentially.
introduce you to something that you might not have thought about. And then when you feel comfortable, put you back out into the world.
Yep.
Like it's
Yes,
a similar idea of what you
exactly.
do, which I think makes it harder for us monetarily, but is I feel the right, not even the right way, but it just feels better. Like you're offering something.
Yes.
'Cause I want to bring people to find it within
tool.
themselves
Yes.
rather than counting on somebody. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't think people need anything outside of themselves. I think they have all the tools. They just need somebody to
it's
show
like a
them.
recipe, right? It's
Yeah.
a guide.
Right. Yeah, I think that's awesome.
Take what you will from it. I mean, I work also full time for a company remotely.
Really?
So, yeah, I work 30 hours a week.
Wow.
Remote. They're based out of Houston. I've been doing that for about 3 years.
Nice.
Super flexible. So
Yeah.
I'm an investor relations analyst.
Ooh.
Oh,
It sounds important.
I know. It's not. No. I just take care of our investors for
Yeah.
this company, and I'm not career driven in that way.
Sure.
So I'm just taking it for what it is. Again, the gratitude piece, like I'm super grateful for it having the flexibility for me.
Yeah.
I get a pretty good hourly wage. We have health and benefits now for my family.
Nice.
So I
Yeah.
appreciate that. But like, you know, I also have a partner that is working on his own thing and
Yeah.
doing really well. And we're getting to a point that like I might not have to do the full-time thing and I can jump back into
Sure.
all the things that I love. So
I think that's one of the things too for myself is learning that you're not a career person is different.
Yeah.
Society doesn't dictate that, and I feel like we're the first generation where it's pretty common that a lot of us aren't career people. Like even people that went to college aren't necessarily working with what their degree was for.
Right.
They decided to go a different way, and a lot of us have branched off into things that aren't quote unquote normal, and really making it work.
Yeah.
Which has been amazing to kind of see throughout these last 10 years.
yeah,
I think it's pretty impressive to be like, because there's no job where I'm like, oh, I want to do this job for forever. As long as the job
Ew.
doesn't make me feel like I hate my life.
Yeah,
Like some
right.
jobs are soul crushing.
Totally.
As long as I don't feel that way and it pays the bills, I'm good.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
especially if it gives me the opportunity to pursue these other things. Those are like the
Totally.
things that I love. This isn't hurting me, and it's allowing me to do these other things.
Yep. It's allowing me to be at home in the morning for my kids to get them off to school
Yeah.
when they're sick, when they get home from school, when they have activities. Like I'm still able to be super present for them
Yeah.
and my husband, and I just
Those are the important things. Do you ever find it hard to juggle it all?
Yeah.
Like
for
you got a
sure.
full-time job, you've got outside interests personally,
Yep.
3 children,
Yeah.
a husband,
Yep.
and making space and being present for all of that though. Like, cause it's easy for it to sound overwhelming,
Mm-hmm.
and it's also just as easy to say it's easy to carry,
Yeah.
because I'm sure it's up and down. Every
It
day
is.
is different.
It's up and down.
And
I
that's
mean,
why there's a more common saying lately that I've been hearing about too is this idea of we always were stuck in a relationship being 50-50. And that is not how
No.
relationships work. That sounds like equality, but that's not how a relationship works.
Right.
Today might be 50-50. Tomorrow it's 75-20, 30,
Totally.
30-70.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
it fluctuates.
Absolutely.
It can fluctuate hour to hour, realistically.
Yeah.
But like, that's what partnership is meeting where
gosh,
you need
yes.
to be and having the communication to be able to recognize, hey,
Yep.
I'm only running at 30% today.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I feel bad about it, but it's
and
where I'm
recognizing that and stepping up to it.
Yeah.
Not just recognizing it and being like, oh.
at. Right. Yeah. You're just shrinking under the pressure.
I'm just going to ignore that.
Yeah.
Because then, that's
Because
not helping
it can be
anybody.
tough. Like, that's, again, it comes back to that communication and partnership, especially in a situation like yours where if you're only running at 30%,
Mm-hmm.
you still have things to do that are not an option. You
Right.
still have to get the kids off to school,
Right.
make sure they're fed, make sure they're taken care of. You still have to go to work. Like,
Yeah.
that's not. So common sense tells you that where are things going to lag with your partner?
Right.
And that's why things fall apart for most people.
Sure.
Because there's not a communication or a recognition.
There we go.
Recognition.
Recognition.
Recognition. What an asshole. There's not a.
I was just going to fly by it.
That's what I mean. I get so many things wrong and nobody says anything. But there's that recognition of being like, oh, okay, my partner is not running at capacity. I need to fill in and make sure, because it's not a permanent thing. It's a right now thing.
Yep.
And that's,
Yeah.
you move forward.
Gosh, I will say, and maybe we're not good at it every single day, but
Sure.
man, we are
Well, it's tough when you're each running at 30%.
really good.
Now what?
Yeah, right.
Because now nobody's making up that 40.
No kidding. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's balance and compromise, sacrifice, all the things.
All of the things.
Yeah,
That's a good spot to end. All of the things.
all the things. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you finding some time coming and hanging out and
oh
talking.
my gosh. Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is great.
This was great.
I don't know about anybody else when they listen to it, but
I hope everybody hates it. I hope they're like,
you're going to hate me after this.
I hope they're all like, everything I thought
Fuck
about
Jess.
Jess is right on. Oh my God.
She's the worst.
Now we'll really end on that. She's the worst.